Picture this. Back of the classroom, window seat, doing my best brooding protagonist impression when my teacher drops the bomb. Martial arts exam registration fee, 30,000 yuan. Due in 7 days, 30,000. Bro, I'm a student. I don't have 30,000 anything. I don't even have 30,000 grains of rice at home. Let me back up. My name is Su Hong, and I've been reincarnated into this world for 18 years now. When I first arrived as a baby, I had big dreams. I'm gonna be the strongest warrior. I'll crush all the alien races. I'll be legendary. Fast forward 18 years, and I'm getting stopped by a registration fee. The universe really said, here's your reality check, kid. See, this world is basically my old world, but spicier. 300 years ago, some cosmic seed fell from the sky, and suddenly animals turned into murder machines. Aliens started invading, and everyone had to learn kung fu or die. Fun times. My parents? Dead. Killed in a beast tide when I was 3. My uncle took me in, which was incredibly kind of him. Except he's also broke and has 2 kids of his own who also train martial arts. 1 family. 3 martial arts students. 0 money. The math doesn't math. I go talk to my teacher after class. Sir, can I pay late? Teacher Lee looks at me with those pity eyes I absolutely love receiving. He basically tells me, rules are rules, and then suggests I could always just train at a regular martial arts gym instead of going to university. A martial arts GYM. Compared to a martial arts university. That's like saying, you don't need a restaurant, just eat from the dumpster behind it. Even he didn't believe what he was saying. I thanked him and left. What else could I do? Walking out of the building, I'm staring at the sky having my dramatic protagonist moment, when my buddy Chen Lin yells at me to come spar. We spar. And I punch him so hard, he stumbles back grabbing his hand like I broke it. Dude, your diamond fist reached the subtle level already, yeah? 2 days ago actually. We learned the same technique at the same time, and he's still at proficient while I'm already 2 stages ahead. I'm not bragging. Okay, I'm bragging a little. Chen Lin wants to quit at 8 p.m. because apparently he needs food and isn't made of iron. Weak. I've been dragging him since 5 o'clock. 5 hours of getting punched, and he's complaining? Some people have no dedication. Before he leaves, he leans in all mysterious. You heard about the underground fighting ring? Underground fighting, where real warriors beat each other bloody for prize money. People literally die in those matches. The fighters are all veterans and beast hunters who'd snap a student like a chopstick. I'd be lying if I said the thought hadn't crossed my mind for about 0.3 seconds. You're not thinking of fighting there, right? I ask him. Hell no. I just want to watch. Want to come? Maybe he left. I kept training. Everyone else went home. Midnight came. I was still throwing punches in an empty gym, sweating like a waterfall. Finally finished my set, took a shower, and walked home alone through empty streets under the moonlight. Just a broke orphan boy, walking home at 1 a.m., staring at the moon, wondering how to scrape together 30,000 yuan in a week. 18 years of reincarnation, and this is my origin story. I get home late, walking up to our crappy apartment in this rundown complex where half the streetlights are dead. My hand is on the door, about to push it open, when I hear my uncle and aunt talking inside, and I freeze. The rent is due in a month. We're still 8,000 short. Long silence. Then my uncle sighs. I'll figure it out. Don't tell the kids. Especially not Xiaohong. His exam is coming up. He doesn't need this. My hand drops. I lean against the wall and just stand there. Then my aunt says something that hits me like a truck. Maybe I should stop buying my medicine. It's not curing anything anyway. And the kids need to eat. They're growing. They're training. My uncle shuts that down immediately. Your health comes first. The kids eat what they need. And Xiaohong's registration fee. He's the most talented one in this family. He has to keep training. But, no buts. This family has me. It's not falling apart. I'll handle it. I'm standing outside this door with my fists clenched so tight my knuckles are white. My aunt wants to stop her medication so I can pay a registration fee. My uncle, who I can hear is in pain every time he moves, is telling everyone not to worry. I take a deep breath, plaster on the biggest smile I've got. Push the door open. I'm home. Uncle's lying on the couch. Aunt's holding this stinky medicinal patch. The worry on their faces vanishes instantly, replaced with smiles so fast it would fool anyone who wasn't just eavesdropping like a creep. Xiaohong, how was training? Massive progress. I grin and snatch the medicine patch from my aunt. Let me do it. Hey, she pokes my forehead. That's my husband. You're competing with me now? We all laugh. It's the kind of laugh where everybody in the room is pretending everything is fine and everybody knows it and nobody says a word. After I finish patching up my uncle, he stands up and pats my shoulder. Get some rest, kid. Sure thing. Want me to walk you to your room, old man? His eyes go wide. Old man? You little punk, you're getting brave. He raises his hand like he's gonna smack me, and I dodge into my room laughing. Behind me, I hear it. The moment he thinks I'm gone, a sharp intake of breath. His hand grabbing his back. Pain all over his face. My aunt catches him. They shuffle to their room together. And me? I close my bedroom door, and the smile falls off my face like it was never there. Our living situation, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Uncle and aunt get 1 room. Me, my little brother Xiao Hai, and my little sister Xiao Ming share the other. We've got bunk beds like a college dorm. They share 1 set. I get the bottom of the other. The top bunk is for storing junk because we can't afford a closet. I tiptoe to my bed, trying not to wake anyone. Big bro, damn it. You're still up? I whisper. Me too. I'm awake too. Xiao Ming's head pops out from under her blanket. These 2. Before I can say anything, Xiao Hai drops a bomb. Bro, I'm quitting school. I sit up immediately. Why? Is someone bullying you? Bullying me? He scoffs. I'd punch their faces swollen. Nobody bullies me. Then why? He leans over the edge of his bunk, dead serious. I want to drop out and help Dad. I'm already stronger than him. I can carry stuff at the dock with him. Me too, Xiao Ming pipes up. And I'm stronger than Xiao Hai. He can't even beat me in a fight. What did you say? Wanna go, little brother? Xiao Ming raises an eyebrow, and Xiao Hai's tough guy energy deflates like a punctured balloon. I go quiet, because I know exactly what happened. They heard everything through these paper-thin walls. Same as me. Bro, Xiao Hai says, me and Xiao Ming don't have your talent anyway. We drop out, help the family, and you focus on martial arts. Get into a martial arts university. Become a warrior. Then we can just mooch off you forever, Xiao Ming grins. The second you make it, I'm quitting everything and becoming a professional couch potato. Full-time Big Brother dependent. That's my career plan. I almost can't speak. These kids are in middle school, and they're ready to throw away their futures so I can chase mine. They're so mature it physically hurts my chest. But I'm the big brother. So I do what big brothers do. I rub my face, put on my cockiest grin, and spread my arms wide. You idiots go back to school. I already figured out how to pay the registration fee and the rent. Their eyes go huge. Really? Kids, man. So easy to convince. Obviously. You think your big bro trains for nothing? I tilt my head with maximum swagger. Do you even comprehend the level of talent standing before you right now? Xiao Hai bursts out laughing. Bro, you're doing your fake cool guy thing again. I flick him on the forehead so fast he doesn't see it coming. He yelps. Xiao Ming opens her mouth to roast me too, sees her brother getting bonked, and immediately pulls her blanket over her head like a turtle retreating into its shell. Were you gonna say something? I look down at her. 2 eyes peek out from under the blanket, darting left and right. I said nothing. Don't frame me, bro. She yanks the blanket completely over her face. I laugh for real this time. Go to sleep, you two. I step outside, lean on the railing of our narrow hallway, and stare at the night sky. The smile fades. My talent is good? Maybe. But it's nowhere near enough. I pull out my phone, screen cracked in 6 different places, and search for what Chen Lin mentioned earlier. Underground fighting rings. My eyes lock onto the prize money numbers. With my diamond fist at subtle level. It's not impossible. When you're this broke, you either change or you drown. My aunt wants to quit her medicine. My uncle's body is falling apart from manual labor. My little brother and sister are ready to drop out of school. And I'm 18 years old, hesitating? Pathetic. I'm doing this. I'm going in that ring, and I'm ding. Detected. Host's unwavering martial heart. System binding successful. What? Beginner's gift pack automatically opened. What? Congratulations, host. Talent acquired. Unmatched through all eternity. I'm sorry, through all of what now? A system. I got a system. 18 years in this world. 18. I'd completely given up hope that anything like this would ever happen. Most transmigrators get their cheat on day 1. I had to wait until I was literally about to go fight in an underground death ring out of poverty-fueled desperation. And apparently, The trigger was having an unwavering martial heart, which means if my family wasn't broke and my siblings weren't offering to drop out of school, I might never have unlocked this thing. My cheat code was activated by emotional damage. Cool. Love that for me. Okay, deep breath. Let's see what this bad boy can do. The system is simple. Beat up enemies or kill beasts. Earn martial Dao points. Spend points to level up everything. Beautiful. Violence equals growth. My kind of economy. I open the status panel. Name, Su Hong talent. Unmatched through all eternity chi and blood. 85 spirit. 23 constitution. Mortal body 3% martial skills. Diamond fist subtle 7%. Floating light palm proficient 35%. Sky step beginner 56% martial Dao points. 0 every stat has a little plus sign next to it, meaning I can dump points into anything. Chi and blood at 85, not bad. 90 makes you a quasi-warrior. 100 makes you a real stage 1 warrior. I'm close. But then I see the spirit stat at 23. Hold on. Spirit? As in, psychic power? In this world, there's an incredibly rare type of cultivator called a spirit nin master who can move objects with their mind. Like, 1 in a million rare. And my system can just upgrade that stat. My heart is pounding so hard, I'm worried the neighbors will file another noise complaint. And then there's mortal body, 3%, with a plus sign. Some people are born with special constitutions that make them absolute monsters. I was born with the most basic body possible. But if I can upgrade it, could I eventually evolve into something legendary? Okay. Calm down. Let's check this talent thing. Talent. Unmatched through all eternity. Description. Throughout all of history, past and future, the holder of this talent possesses the greatest talent of all time. None can surpass it. This is what it means to be unmatched through all eternity. I read it 3 times. Then I read it again. Greatest talent. Of all time. Past and future. Nobody better. Ever. I don't feel any differ. Then I think about Diamond Fist. All those tricky parts that took me weeks to figure out. The subtle movements I struggled with. The timing issues. The power distribution problems. They're all obvious now. Like, embarrassingly obvious. Like, why did I ever struggle with this? Obvious. Like a college professor looking at 1 is equal to 2 obvious. I think about floating light palm. Same thing. Crystal clear. I think about sky step. Yep. Brain just hands me the answers without even trying. How was I ever this stupid? I need to test this right now. There's an open area in the apartment complex. I vault over the railing from the 5th floor and instinctively use sky step. You know, the technique I just learned at beginner level. The one that barely lets me tap the air once. 1 step. I plant my foot on thin air, and boom. I shoot upward like a human rocket and land on the roof of the building. 8 floors up. I'm standing on the rooftop wall, looking down at where I just was, then looking at my own feet. What the? Ding. Sky step, beginner sky step, proficient ding. Sky step, proficient sky step, subtle 1 step. 1. Single. Step. I went from beginner straight to subtle level. That's skipping an entire tier. In 1 second. So if sky step took 1 step, and floating light palm is the same rank, then diamond fist, which is 1 rank higher, would take what? 2 breaths? 3. I'm losing my mind on this rooftop, and then, which lunatic is setting OFF firecrackers at this hour? Are you insane? People are sleeping. When I find the punk who did that, I'm gonna shove a firecracker up your. If that sonic boom from my sky step woke up the entire complex. I scratch my head, deeply embarrassed, and tiptoe to the other side of the roof. I jump down 1 floor at a time like a normal person because if I use sky step again, these neighbors are going to form a search party. I land on the ground floor silent as a feather and slip past the security guard who's snoring at his post. I look back at this crumbling, rundown apartment building one last time. When I walked home tonight, I was crushed, hopeless, staring at the moon like a sad poem. Now, I'm walking out with a system and the greatest talent in the history of existence. Uncle won't have to break his back hauling cargo anymore. And can get real treatment. The kids stay in school. And that 30,000 yuan registration fee? Pocket change. Give me a little time. I came home a broke orphan. I'm leaving as the most talented human being who has ever lived or will ever live. Not a bad Tuesday night. 2 in the morning. Normal people are sleeping. I'm speed walking to the outdoor training ground like a maniac who just won the lottery. Which, honestly, I basically did. The place is completely empty. Perfect. Just me and... Oh, hello. When did they install 2 stage 1 power testing machines here? These things measure your combat power when you punch them. Nice. Quick explanation of how this world works. Combat power is roughly your chi and blood times 10. So with my 85 points, a score around 850 would be average. Anything above that means your technique is carrying you. I crack my knuckles, wind up my diamond fist, and let it fly. Thud. The screen lights up. 1027. Broke 1,000, baby. That's on par with an actual stage 1 warrior. Someone with 100 chi and blood. Except I'm still technically not even a quasi-warrior yet. My subtle level diamond fist is doing all the heavy lifting. But wait. My sky step jumped to subtle in literally 1 step. What happened to diamond fist after that punch? I open my panel. Diamond fist subtle 58% IT was at 7% 5 minutes ago. 1 punch added 51%, so if I throw a few more punches, I start drilling diamond fist like my life depends on it. Bang, bang, bang. Each punch faster, harder, meaner. Third punch, something shifts. The air around my fist tears open. Shockwaves ripple out from both sides of my arm like I'm punching through a wall of wind. Ding! Diamond fist, subtle diamond fist, mastery, I don't stop. My body moves on its own now. The punches get sharper, more brutal, more dominating. Then suddenly, everything goes quiet. My last punch looks completely ordinary. No flash, no drama, just a simple, plain fist. The air explodes. Ding! Diamond fist, mastery, diamond fist, perfect. I check my phone. 13 minutes. I went from subtle to perfect in 13 minutes. A D-rank martial art. Perfected. In the time it takes to microwave a frozen dinner. If anyone heard about this, their jaw would hit the floor so hard it'd crack the pavement. Let's see the new combat power. I walk up to the testing machine. Wind up. Diamond fist at perfect level. Full power. I throw the punch. Boom. The testing machine, a multi-ton piece of industrial equipment, goes flying across the training ground and slams into the wall. Oh no. I rush over and start trying to push this giant metal machine back upright. I absolutely cannot afford to pay for this. I can't even afford lunch. Hey, who's out there sneaking around in the middle of the night? My soul leaves my body for a second. Some sleepy-looking young guy comes stomping over. Turns out he's the guard assigned to watch these machines, so nobody steals them. He's been sleeping in a shack nearby, and my little performance woke him up. He sees me, a teenager, standing next to a machine that's been shoved against a wall. His brain immediately goes to one conclusion. You're trying to steal the testing machine, aren't you? You've got some nerve. I wasn't stealing it. I was training. I accidentally punched it into the wall. Punched it into the... Do you think I'm an idiot? He starts doing arm stretches as he walks toward me. Dude is literally warming up to fight me. He's puffing up his chest like a rooster. Kid, don't even think about resisting. See that combat record on the screen? That 1,208? That's mine. I'm a stage 1 warrior. You don't want this smoke. I'm telling you, I punched it there. By accident. By accident, he says. With what arms? He's getting closer, fists ready, full of confidence. Then, his eyes drift to the screen. The screen that's still showing MY score. 1,850. His pupils shrink to pinpoints. His head swivels between the number and my very teenage, very high school student face. Back and forth. Number. Face. Number. Face. You want to fight me? I ask, my voice going cold because honestly this guy's attitude is getting on my nerves. The color drains from his face so fast I can practically hear it leaving. Fight? No. Bro. I mean SIR, I was joking. Haha. Great joke, right? He's backing away with his hands up. Please, pretend I was never here. Continue your training. Goodbye. Good night. He bolts. I stand there genuinely confused. What just happened? Did I scare him? He was acting so tough 2 seconds ago. What a weirdo. Whatever. I look at the screen. 1,850. That's almost mid-tier stage 1 warrior territory. From Diamond Fist alone. At perfect level, the jump is absolutely insane. I shrug and start practicing my other 2 techniques. Meanwhile, in the little guard shack nearby, which I don't know about, this dude is sitting in a chair with trembling legs, heart pounding out of his chest. 1,850? That's almost a mid-stage 1 warrior. One punch from that kid would turn me into a pancake. He wipes the sweat off his forehead and peeks out the window at me still training. He looks like a high schooler. Note to self: never accept security jobs near high schools again. He slumps in his chair and mutters the question of the night. What kind of genius comes to a public training ground at 2 a.m.? Is he bored? Does he have nothing else to do? 5 in the morning. I've been training all night. Not a single minute of sleep. And I feel amazing. I open my panel. Diamond fist. Perfect. Floating light palm. Perfect. Sky step. Perfect. Every single martial art I know. Maxed out. In one night. While normal people were dreaming about whatever normal people dream about, I became a combat god in pajamas. I test my power on the machine a bunch of times. Scores bouncing between 1,800 and 1,900. Consistently. That's basically equal to a mid-tier stage 1 warrior. And I'm still technically a martial student with only 85 chi and blood points. Here's the beautiful part. Underground fighting matches are divided by rank. Students fight students. So I'd be walking into a student tier ring with warrior tier power. That's like bringing a flamethrower to a thumb war. Tonight. I'm going tonight. I head home for breakfast. My uncle and aunt are sitting there looking completely normal. Zero trace of last night's conversation about rent money and medicine costs. Oscar-worthy performances, both of them. Xiaohong, training all night is too much. You need rest. Your aunt is right. Slow and steady wins the race. They're worried about me. These two. The ones who can barely pay rent. Worrying about my sleep schedule. I'm fine, really. Never felt better. Xiaoming grins at them. Mom, Dad, stop worrying. Big bro is built like an ox. You could make him plow a field all day and he wouldn't even breathe hard. Smart move. Xiaohai stays silent. Kid learned his lesson from last night's forehead flick. And his survival instincts are proven correct 3 seconds later when Aunt grabs Xiaoming's ear and twists. Is that how you talk about your brother? Bro? Save me. Xiaoming is squealing. Deserved, I say, laughing. Xiaohai looks at the carnage, quietly congratulating himself on keeping his mouth shut. This kid has a future in politics. After breakfast, Aunt gives us the family motto on our way out. Don't bully other students. But if someone bullies you, beat them up. We don't start trouble, but we don't run from it either. Xiaoming goes full cute mode. Mom, I'm so sweet and adorable. Why would I bully anyone? Xiaohai's mouth twitches. You don't bully other people, sure. But you beat me up on a regular basis. He considers snitching. Then Xiaoming shoots him a little sideways glance with a smile that says, try it. He wisely chooses silence again. When we're out of earshot from the apartment, both their smiles vanish instantly. Worried faces come back. Oh, so we're doing face switching now. I grab both their heads and start messing up their hair. Bro, rubbing heads makes you shorter, Xiaoming protests. Bro, was last night for real? Xiaohai looks up at me. You really have a solution? You're not just saying that. Xiaoming stops fighting my hand. Tell us the truth, bro. If you can't fix it, we'll drop out and help. For real. I stop walking. Grab both their faces. Turn them toward me. Dead serious. Word by word. I'm not lying. I have a real plan. Their eyes light up like fireworks. They know this face. When I get this serious, I don't lie. YSSS. Xiaoming literally jumps. Xiaohai breaks into the biggest smile I've seen in months. This right here. This is why I'm doing everything. Not for glory. Not for power. Just to keep these smiles on their faces. I drop them off at school and head to my own. Star City First High, Class 6. The second I walk through the door, Chun Lin is practically vibrating. So, tonight, underground fights? We going? Nah, I'll pass. His face falls like I told him Santa isn't real. Seriously? You're gonna miss Real warriors going at each other. Yeah, buddy, I'm not going to watch. I'm going to participate. But I can't tell you that because you'd freak out. Tell my uncle. And then everybody panics. Before he can argue more, Teacher Lee walks in. Everyone to the gym. Now. The class looks confused. Skip morning study hall. Teacher Lee smiles. The principal invited a stage 3 warrior to teach everyone a C-rank martial art. Unless you'd rather do homework, a stage 3 warrior. Teaching a C-rank technique. Personally, the classroom erupts. Students stampede toward the gym faster than they've ever run toward the cafeteria at lunch. And trust me, that's saying something. My eyes are glowing. C-rank is 2 whole tiers above my diamond fist. With my unmatched through all eternity Talent. I'll probably master it before the demonstration is over. Lin is hyped too, shadowboxing as he walks. Bro, if I learn a C-rank technique, I could totally fight in the underground ring. I stare at him. He stares back. Blinks. Okay, fine. I'd still get destroyed. Those guys have techniques at mastery level, and they fight dirty. Then his eyes light up, and he throws an arm around my shoulder with this wise old man expression. But you, my friend, I believe in you. When your diamond fist reaches perfect level someday, you go fight. I'll place bets on you, and we split the winnings 50-50. Genius plan, right? He leans back, extremely pleased with himself. Am I not hilarious? I give him a thumbs up. Absolutely hilarious. My diamond fist reached perfect level 6 hours ago, Lin. I'm literally going tonight. But sure, someday, hilarious indeed. So the principal pulls a huge flex today. He calls his old war buddy, a stage 3 warrior named Tian, to come teach the entire school a C-rank martial art. For free. Just walks in and goes, everybody to the gym. These two have the funniest friendship. The principal is waiting at the gate, and when Tian shows up, they immediately start roasting each other. You really made me come all the way here. I didn't even send a car. You came on your own. Stop complaining. You could at least offer me TA. The principal pulls out a bottle of iced tea from a convenience store. The big one. 1 liter. Red tea or green tea. Tian just stares at him. You're calling bottled iced tea a tea. You're insane. You drinking it or not? Give it here. Then they actually start talking business. Tian asks about the students, and the principal basically admits. Mostly martial students, a handful of quasi-warriors, only 2 actual stage 1 warriors, and 0 standout talents. Tian almost has an aneurysm. You invited a stage 3 warrior to teach C-rank martial arts. To students who can barely throw a punch? You think my thunder fist is cabbage? Most of these kids couldn't learn it if you gave them a year. The principal shrugs. Equal opportunity. Maybe someone surprises us. You're literally dreaming with your eyes open. They walk into the gym. The whole school is packed in there. And I mean packed. It's organized by class rank, naturally. The genius class gets front row with actual space to move around and practice while watching. They get to copy the moves in real time. Us, the normal class? We're crammed in the middle like sardines. I can barely breathe, let alone throw a punch. We're supposed to just memorize everything with our eyes and practice later. Fair? No. Surprising? Also no. The 2 school celebrities, Li Tu and Chen Shan, the only stage 1 warriors, are standing at the very front of the genius class looking cool and unbothered. Of course they are. Tian starts the demonstration. This is the Thunder Fist. C-rank. When you reach beginner level, each punch produces 1 thunderclap. He throws a punch. Boom. The sound rattles through the entire gym like actual thunder. My chest vibrates. At proficient, 3 thunderclaps. At subtle, 5. At mastery, 7. He rips out a combo and 7 explosions of sound shake the building. Boom, 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 boom. And at perfect level, 9. But I haven't reached perfect myself, so don't get ahead of yourselves. If you can just reach beginner today, that's already impressive. The genius class students are already copying him. Li Tu and Chen Shan look decent, but it's obviously just surface-level imitation. No real substance. Tian gives everyone 10 seconds to process, then starts round 2. Next to me, Lin is having a crisis. How the hell am I supposed to learn this? It's insanely complicated, and it's so cramped I can't even stretch my leg. By the time we get space to practice, I'll have forgotten everything. He turns to complain to me. Right, Suhong? That's Suhong. I'm gone. Lin spins around frantically. Where did he go? He pokes Teacherly. Sir, Suhong disappeared. Teacherly scans the gym and catches my back slipping out the rear exit. He sighs. Thinks I've given up. Thinks the kid who couldn't afford the registration fee has finally broken and quit. Probably remembering our sad little conversation about paying late. Let him go. Focus on your own training. Poor Teacherly. Wrong conclusion, buddy. Because here's the thing. I watched Tian demonstrate the Thunder Fist exactly 1 time. And my brain, my beautiful, unmatched through all eternity, brain, went, oh, that's it. That's the whole technique? It's a C-rank martial art. 2 full tiers above Diamond Fist. Supposed to be monumentally harder. Supposed to take months just to reach beginner. And I understood it. Completely. First viewing. The gym is too crowded for me to practice. So I slip out the back, find an empty spot outside, recall everything Chen Tian just showed me, plant my feet, and throw a punch. Boom. One thunderclap. Crystal clear. First try. Beginner level. Instantly. Somewhere inside that gym, Chen Tian is telling 1,000 students that learning this in a day would be impressive. I did it in one punch. Inside the gym, 1,000 students are squinting at Chen Tian like their lives depend on it. The genius class is copying his moves in real time. The normal classes are packed so tight they can barely scratch their noses. Me? I'm outside. Alone. In an empty field behind the gym. Already throwing punches. Ding. Thunder fist. Beginner yeah. Heard you. Keep going. Boom boom boom. 3 thunderclaps. Ding. Thunder fist. Beginner thunder fist. Proficient moving on. Meanwhile, and I don't know this yet, but I'll find out later, inside the gym, Chen Tian finishes his 7th demonstration. He walks over to the principal. How are they looking? Only Chen Shan and Li Tu have a chance of learning it. Nobody else. The principal sighs in relief because at least somebody learned it. These 2 school geniuses, the only stage 1 warriors in the entire school, finally managed to produce 1 thunderclap each after watching 7 demonstrations. The entire student body loses their minds. WHOA Li Tu got it. This is what real talent looks like. Li Tu opens his eyes all smug. He learned it a few seconds before Chen Shan. A few seconds. And he's already rubbing it in. I learned it first. I win. It was literally 3 seconds apart. We'll settle this at the monthly exam. These 2 only acknowledge each other as rivals. Everyone else might as well be furniture. The other genius class students are standing there feeling like background characters in someone else's anime. Which, honestly, they are. Back in my class, Chun Lin has completely given up learning and is just staring at the back door wondering where I went. Should have left with Su Hong. At least I wouldn't be wasting my time here. Teacher Lee hears this and wants to say something motivational, but what is there to say? Even he couldn't learn it. An actual teacher, a stage 1 warrior himself, couldn't pick it up. The genius class students besides those 2 couldn't learn it either. The normal class teachers? Embarrassingly, also no. Teacher Lee thinks I left because I gave up. That the poor kid who couldn't afford the registration fee saw the gap in talent and walked out in defeat. Maybe Su Hong was right to leave early. At least he avoided the humiliation. OH, Teacher Lee. Sweet, sweet Teacher Lee. If only you knew. Outside. Boom 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 boom. 5 thunderclaps. Ding. Thunder fist, proficient thunder fist, subtle. I check my phone. It's been about 15 minutes. 15 whole minutes just to reach subtle? C rank techniques really are on another level compared to D and E rank. I'm complaining that it took 15 minutes. Chen Shan and Li Tu needed 7 full demonstrations from a stage 3 warrior to reach beginner. I'm at subtle, and I'm disappointed in my speed. I keep going. Inside, Chen Tian finishes all 10 demonstrations, drenched in sweat. The final results, 2 students learned it. 2 out of the entire school. The principal starts giving a motivational speech about not giving up. Every teacher in the building is quietly dying inside because they couldn't learn what 2 teenagers just did. Chen Tian walks out the back door to get some air. He's looking at the sky, being all philosophical. Martial arts is cruel. Talent gaps only grow wider. Without opportunity, hard work alone will never. Then he spots me. Some kid in a school uniform, practicing thunder fist in a field. He shakes his head. A normal class student trying to practice from memory alone. Admirable effort, but hopeless. Even Chen Shan and Li Tu needed 7 rounds of live demonstration too. Boom 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 boom. 7 thunderclaps. Chen Tian's jaw drops. Mastery? A student? I just finished teaching this. How long ago was that? His lips are trembling. His hands are shaking. He can't look away. He watches me like I'm some kind of alien creature that landed in a high school uniform. And then something beautiful happens. By watching me practice, watching the way I move through the technique with my greatest talent in all of history, brain, Chen Tian starts having revelations about his own technique. The thunder fist, he's been stuck at mastery level for years. He's starting to understand it better just from watching me. Then it happens. Boom 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 boom. 9 thunderclaps. From my fists. Perfect level. Chen Tian's brain explodes with inspiration. He slaps his thigh so hard it probably leaves a mark. I understand now. So that's how it works. He immediately starts practicing himself. 7 thunderclaps. Then he throws one more punch. Boom. 8. 8 thunderclaps. He broke through from mastery. After being stuck for years. Because he watched a high school kid practice for 20 minutes. He's standing there trembling with joy when the principal walks out. What the? Old Chun, you broke through again. Then the principal's face darkens. Wait a minute. You held back when you were teaching my students, didn't you? You sandbagged the demonstration, you sneaky. Meanwhile, I'm just vibing in my field, completely unaware that I accidentally became a Stage 3 Warriors martial arts guru. You're welcome, Chen Tian. My consultation fee is 30,000 yuan. Cash preferred. So I finish perfecting Thunder Fist, 9 thunderclaps, perfect level, no big deal, and head to the cafeteria, because a man's gotta eat. What I don't know is that behind me, absolute chaos is unfolding. Chen Tian turns around to show the principal what just happened, and I'm gone. Vanished. Disappeared like a martial arts Cinderella at midnight. Where did he go? Chen Tian screams. Where did who go? The principal is confused, still nursing the black eye Chen Tian gave him. Yeah, Chen Tian literally punched the principal in the face because his sudden appearance distracted Chen Tian from watching me. The principal of the school got socked in the eye socket. Over iced tea drama and a missing student. Chen Tian explains what he saw. A student. In a school uniform. Thunder Fist. 9 thunderclaps. Perfect level. The level he couldn't even reach after years of training. The principal's legs almost give out. There's a monster in my school, and I didn't know. He rockets toward the field so fast he leaves after images. Actual after images. Stage 3 warrior speed. Full panic mode. He gets there. Empty. But he spots a student in a school uniform walking toward the cafeteria. You? Student. Stop. What's your name? The student turns around. I'm Chin Lin. Quick. Throw a thunder fist. Right now. Chin Lin is bewildered but does it. He throws the most crooked, wobbly, embarrassing attempt at thunder fist in recorded history. Then he looks up at the principal with sparkly, hopeful eyes. So, how was it, sir? The principal stares at this disaster of a martial display. Looks at Chin Lin's eager face. Opens his mouth. Closes it. Opens it again. Not bad. Keep trying. He turns and walks away. And poor, beautiful, delusional Chin Lin watches the principal march off and immediately summon every teacher in the school to his office. Chin Lin's brain. He watched MY Thunder Fist. He's calling an emergency meeting. Obviously, these two events are connected. I'm a hidden genius. I knew it. I'm a buried prodigy. The principal saw my potential. Chin Tian walks past him, overhears this, and his mouth twitches. He considers telling the kid the truth, then decides that crushing a teenager's dreams before lunch is too evil, even for a warrior. Smart man. In the principal's office, all the teachers are gathered. I want the name of every student who left the gym early. We have a monster who hit 9 thunderclaps on Thunder Fist. Every teacher's heart skips a beat. 9. The school geniuses Chun Shan and Li Tu watched 10 demonstrations and barely managed 1 thunderclap each. The principal points at Teacher Li first. Any students from your class leave early? Teacher Li hesitates. He thinks the principal wants to punish them. He's about to cover for me because he feels bad about my financial situation. If it's punishment, then punishment? I want to recruit this kid. This is a once-in-a-generation talent. Oh, well then. 1 student left. Name's Su Hong. The principal's eyes light up. Tell me about him. Is he mysterious? Quiet? The type to hide his strength? Well, he's pretty calm and mature. The principal is practically drooling. But recently he's been stressed because he can't afford the 30,000 yuan martial arts exam fee. He asked me if he could pay late. The principal's excitement deflates like a balloon. Someone who can hit 9 thunderclaps can't afford 30,000 yuan? That makes 0 sense. With that level of skill, you could make that money in 1 night at an underground fighting ring. Nah, that's not the guy. Next, eliminated. I got eliminated from the genius search because I'm too poor to be talented. The principal literally decided that no real prodigy would be this broke. The irony is killing me. But hey, at least I got a consolation prize. As he moves on to the next teacher, the principal casually tells Teacher Li, "Oh, just give that kid extra time on his registration fee. I'll approve it. Thanks, sir. Really appreciate the extension on my payment while you're searching the entire school for me." I'm sitting in the cafeteria, shoveling food into my face, checking my stats. Thunder Fist, perfect. Diamond Fist, perfect. Floating Light Palm, perfect. Sky Step, perfect. For techniques, all maxed. Every single one at perfect level. Next goal, earn martial Dao points. I asked the system if beating people in underground fighting counts. System says yes. I take another massive bite of rice. Tonight, I fight. Meanwhile at school, Chun-Lin is sitting in class watching other students get called to the principal's office one by one, and he's getting ENTSY. Why haven't they called me yet? The principal obviously saw my Thunder Fist and was impressed. This is taking forever. Oh, Chun-Lin. My beautiful, delusional best friend. Never change. He asks me one more time if I want to go watch the underground fights tonight. Nope. The bell rings and I bolt out of that classroom so fast my chair spins. 2 hours later. Night falls. I'm standing in front of a black building, wearing different clothes and a face mask. The underground fighting ring is on basement level 1. The door opens, and a wave of hot air slaps me in the face. Blaring heavy metal music. Neon lights everywhere. Fighters laughing and flexing. Women in skimpy outfits carrying drinks around. I hate everything about this environment. I cover my ears and scan for the registration desk. Here's the prize structure. Martial Student Tier, 1,000 coins per win. Quasi-Warrior Tier, 5,000 per win. Stage 1 Warrior Tier, 10,000 per win. And if you win the whole Student Tier tournament, bonus 30,000 coins. 30,000. Exactly my registration fee. It's like the universe wrote this number just for me. That's kinda low though. Registration fee is 30,000. Rent is 8,000 short. Siblings tuition. Aunt's medicine. Add it all up, and I need at least 50 to 60,000. The lady at the registration desk overhears me and laughs. Lo, you sound pretty young to have such a big mouth, kid. She's this attractive older woman. Wang Jia, apparently. She looks me up and down and offers an alternative. If you think you're hot stuff, try champion defense mode. One person fights everyone. All challengers, back to back. Win them all, and the bonus doubles. My ears perk up. Doubles? But here's the catch. In champion defense mode, you don't get the per fight prize money. It's all or nothing. Lose even once, and you walk away with 0. All or nothing. 60,000 if I sweep. Nothing if I lose once. I'll take it. She blinks. She was clearly trying to scare me off. Instead I said, yes, like she offered me a free sandwich. She hands me a contestant badge, trying to hide her smirk. Then the moment I walk away, she grabs one of her guys. Go bet everything on that kid losing. Why? Is he weak? His voice sounds like a teenager. He didn't know any of the rules. Obviously some clueless student who wandered in here for the first time. Free money. Oh hell yeah. I'm betting 3 months of salary on him losing. I can't hear any of this. I'm busy getting my chi and blood measured. 85 points. Confirmed martial student tier. They send me to a changing room. Apparently, they provide masks and disguises for fighters who don't want to show their faces. Very considerate. I scan the wall of options. Demon masks. Skull helmets. Plain hoods. And then I see it. A minotaur head. Full bull head. 2 big horns sticking out the top. Ridiculous. Absurd. Perfect. I put it on. Vision. Clear. Horns. Magnificent. Intimidation factor. Through the roof. I walk into the waiting room, doing little head shakes to make the horns wobble. Inside, about 50 fighters are clustered around a power testing machine, showing off. I watch from the side. Everyone's hitting between 1,000 and 1,200 combat power. These are serious fighters. All martial students, but every single one is way above average. No weaklings here. If I'd come with just my old subtle level diamond fist, and its 1,027 combat power, I'd be the worst fighter in the room. Good thing I'm not that guy anymore. My combat power is 1,850. I'm bringing a nuclear warhead to a knife fight. The matches begin. Fighters start heading toward the ring. And then a 7-foot minotaur leaps over all of them and lands on the stage. I'm playing champion defense mode. Dead silence. Then the crowd erupts. Holy crap, someone's going champion defense on the first night. That bullhead guy looks insane. Up in the audience, Chun-Lin is there with Chun-Shan and Li Tu. They're watching with huge eyes. What's champion defense mode? Someone asks. After getting the explanation, Li Tu's jaw drops. He's fighting everyone? This guy is crazy. Chun-Lin is bouncing in his seat. Then he gets all wistful. Man, Su Hong is really missing out. He's gonna be so jealous when I tell him about this tomorrow. Yeah, Chen Lin. Real shame I couldn't make it. Down below, the other fighters are furious. Choosing champion defense is basically announcing, I can beat every single one of you losers. Maximum disrespect. A big middle-aged dude jumps up onto the ring, veins popping, fists ready. First time here, huh? Pretty cocky for a noob. Thwack. One kick. He's off the stage. Match over. Next, first guy I kicked off the stage. He sits on the ground completely confused for a second, checks his body, realizes he's not hurt, and actually thanks me. That's the thing about this place. People genuinely die here. Broken bones are considered a good outcome. So when I boot someone off the platform without injuring them, that's basically a hug in underground fighting language. Ding. Defeated martial student. 3 martial Dao points. 3 points. Noted. Don't know what that buys me yet, but I'll figure it out later. Martial student ring. 1 win. 48 challengers remaining. Will the Minotaur keep his throne, or the announcer is screaming into a megaphone like his life depends on it? The crowd is going absolutely feral. People are standing on their chairs howling. Next, second guy jumps up. Big dude. Built like a refrigerator. He's actually polite about it. Hey friend, thanks for going easy on my brother. I'll try not to hurt you too bad in return. Then he flares his chi and blood. It's massive. This dude is sitting at 89 points. 1 step away from Quasi-Warrior. The strongest martial student here. He's basically the final boss of this tier. He charges. Throws a full power punch with a sonic boom behind it. I punch back. No dodge. No fancy footwork. Just fist meets fist. The moment our knuckles connect, his face goes through about 5 emotions in 1 second. Confidence, confusion, concern, panic, regret. Before he can even process what happened, I kick him off the stage too. He lands on the exact same spot his brother was sitting moments ago. The ground is still warm from his brother's, but I lost. Just like that, welcome to the family landing zone, buddy. After that, it becomes a conveyor belt. One by one they jump up. One by one I knock them down. I'm not even breathing hard. My perfect level diamond fist against these guys is like swatting flies with a sledgehammer. Over on the next ring, some dude in a white fox mask is tearing through the Quasi-Warrior bracket. 5 wins in a row. The crowd is going crazy for him. White Fox is insane. 7 days straight as champion. I heard he mastered a D-rank technique to perfect level. That's why nobody can touch him. I glance over. D-rank technique at perfect level? That's exactly the same as my diamond fist. And that's enough to dominate the Quasi-Warrior ring? Interesting. Very interesting. Then, while I'm looking away, I feel it. A fist screaming toward the back of my head. I dodge sideways on pure instinct. A punch explodes through the air right where my skull was a millisecond ago. I look up. Some young guy named Lin Ping is standing there grinning at me like he just told a great joke. Nice reflexes. No shame. No embarrassment. This psychopath just tried to cave in my skull from behind, and he's smiling about it. The crowd starts booing immediately. This piece of crap again. He won yesterday's tournament by doing the exact same thing. He sucker punched a guy from behind, and then crippled him on purpose. Dude's got no honor. Wait, that's allowed. Bro, this is underground fighting. Once you're on the platform, the fight is on. Rules are suggestions here. I don't care about rules. This guy is just a scumbag. Lin Ping hears all the insults and actually waves at the crowd. Like they're cheering for him. Like the hatred is applause. This guy's brain is wired differently. But here's the thing, Lin Ping. You aimed for my skull. From behind. While I wasn't looking. If that had landed, I could be dead right now. So when you turn back toward me with that cocky little grin, I'm already in your face. Boom. I close the gap so fast he barely registers it. My fist rockets toward his jaw. He panics, tries to dodge and counterpunch at the same time. Our fists collide. His hand disintegrates. Not figuratively. His fist literally crumples on impact. Every bone in his hand shatters like glass. The force travels up his arm, dislocates everything in its path, and his forearm bone punches through his own skin and sticks out into the open air. For everyone else tonight, I held back, kicked them gently off the stage. No injuries. Friendly neighborhood minotaur. But you, Lin Ping? You aimed for the back of my head. So I aimed for everything you've got. Lin Ping drops to his knees screaming. His arm is a modern art sculpture of bone and skin that nobody asked for. He looks up at me walking toward him. Pure terror in his eyes. Don't. I. I surren. I reach down and pop his jaw out of its socket before he can finish the word. Now all that comes out is muffled garbage. MMPH, PLMMF. Done. He's scooting backward on his butt, desperately trying to reach the edge of the platform, eyes wide like a cornered animal. Go ahead. Wave at the crowd again. Weren't you having fun with the sneak attacks? One kick to the chest. His ribcage caves in. He stops moving. I walk back to the center of the ring. Here's my logic. Those two brothers before. Polite. Respectful. They got the gentle boot off the stage and went home with 0 injuries. That's my default setting. But you throw a punch at the back of my head, a kill shot, while I'm not looking. Then you smile about it. No mercy. No hesitation. This is my first kill. I stand in the middle of the ring and take inventory of how I feel. Nauseous. A little. Shaking. Slightly. Not sure if that's fear or adrenaline. Probably both. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Next, silence. Nobody comes up. Down in the waiting room, all the remaining fighters are having a group crisis. Should we still fight him? He just killed a guy. Yeah, but Lin Ping attacked him first. So if we're polite, then you go first. That I didn't say that. Anyone else fighting? The referee yells. More silence. Then one guy shakes his head. Forget it. I'm out. He's too strong. He walks toward the exit. One by one, everyone follows. The entire waiting room empties out like someone yelled, "Free food outside." The referee gets the news and his eye twitches. 3 fights. The champion defense guy won in 3 fights because everyone else quit. He's supposed to entertain a paying audience. People bought tickets. And the whole martial student bracket lasted, 6 minutes? Luckily, over on the Quasi-Warrior ring, the White Fox guy is still putting on a show. 8 wins in a row. At least something is keeping the crowd entertained. The referee sighs with relief and announces it. Martial student bracket, champion defense successful. Congratulations to the Minotaur. Thunderous applause. I hop off the stage. Back in the waiting area, a familiar voice greets me. Well, looks like I misjudged you. It's Wang Jia, the registration lady who bet her money on me losing. Wonder how that's working out for her. Here's your prize. 60,000 Blue Star coins. She holds out a fat stack of cash. 60,000. Double the normal champion prize. That's the registration fee, the rent, and extra. One night. Problem solved. Hold on to that for me. I say, I'll pick it up later. She blinks. What do you mean later? Where are you? I'm already walking away. Toward a different door. She chases after me. Sees which door I'm heading for. Looks up at the sign above it. Quasi-Warrior waiting room. Her jaw hits the floor. You're joking. Remember what she told me at registration? If you're not afraid of dying, martial students can fight in the Quasi-Warrior bracket. She said it as a joke. A sarcastic warning. Don't be stupid, kid. I took it as a suggestion. See, here's what most people think. An 89 Qian blood martial student versus a 90 Qian blood Quasi-Warrior. That's only 1 point difference, right? Should be close. Wrong. At 90 points, a warrior's body undergoes a massive physical upgrade. It's not a 1 point gap. It's a cliff. A normal martial student fighting a Quasi-Warrior is like a house cat fighting a tiger. The number looks close. The reality is murder. So a martial student walking into the Quasi-Warrior waiting room? In Wang Jia's eyes, that's not brave. That's a suicide note with legs. But Wang Jia doesn't know my combat power is 1,850. Those Quasi-Warriors better stretch first. I walk into the Quasi-Warrior waiting room wearing a bull head. Every Quasi-Warrior in there glances at me, figures I'm just here to spectate up close, and goes back to watching the fight. Nobody even considers that I might be here to compete. Up on the ring, White Fox is dominating. 13 wins straight. The crowd loves him. The other Quasi-Warriors in the waiting room are shaking their heads. That guy is unbeatable. 7-time champion for a reason. I'm not going up there. Then some arrogant punk named Li Ming laughs from the corner. A bunch of garbage. I heard Star City's underground fights were tough. This is what passes for strong here. Every Quasi-Warrior's head snaps toward him like synchronized owls. Li Ming doesn't care. What? Am I wrong? Big talk. If White Fox is so weak, go beat him yourself. Right on cue. The referee yells. Any more challengers? Li Ming smirks, walks toward the ring, and tosses over his shoulder. Watch and learn. Frogs in a well. He jumps onto the stage. White Fox politely bows. Li Ming throws a punch without bowing back, because of course he does. Boom. White Fox blocks it and gets launched backward, barely keeping his feet. His face goes white. This kid hits like a freight train. Oh, you survived one punch. Not bad. Li Ming closes the gap. Try this one. Boom, boom, boom. 3 thunderclaps. Thunder fist at proficient level. White Fox goes flying off the stage, coughing blood, crumpling on the ground like a rag doll. Total silence. Down in the student section, Chun Lin's eyes are popping out of his skull. Thunder fist? That's what we learned this morning. Li Tu and Chun Shan exchange uncomfortable looks. They just reached beginner level today after 10 demonstrations. This random quasi-warrior punk is already at proficient. Then Li Ming makes it worse. He looks around the entire arena with pure contempt. This is Star City's level? Compared to Yang City, you people are a joke. He's here to trash talk an entire city. The crowd goes nuclear. Go to hell, you little punk. Yang City warriors came to Star City to BG. Huh. Li Ming just smiles and waves at them. Less barking, more fighting. Send a quasi-warrior who can beat me. I'll wait. Even the stage 1 warrior on the next ring over speaks up. Watch your mouth, kid. Li Ming grins at him. A stage 1 warrior wants to step in? Sure, come down. I don't mind. Now the crowd is ready to riot. If a stage 1 warrior has to step in to beat a quasi-warrior from another city, that's humiliating. But if nobody beats him, that's also humiliating. It's a lose-lose trap, and this smug little weasel knows it. Back in the waiting room, the quasi-warriors are fuming but frozen. They couldn't even beat White Fox. This guy destroyed White Fox in 2 hits. Going up there would just be volunteering for a beating. Excuse me. Coming through. Everyone turns around. It's me, the Minotaur, the martial student, waving for them to move aside. Isn't that the kid from the martial student bracket? Bro, shoo. This isn't your fight. Listen, man. We're all angry, but you going up there against a quasi-warrior is just. I jump over all of them and walk straight toward the ring. Their jaws collectively hit the floor. He's actually going? A martial student? Against the guy who just annihilated White Fox? Where is this confidence coming from? On stage, Li Ming sees someone new approaching and raises an eyebrow. Then he sees my magnificent bull horns crest the edge of the platform. The crowd sees me too. Wait, is that the Minotaur, the martial student? What is he doing up there? Is he insane? I land on the stage. Look Li Ming dead in the eyes through my bull mask, and curl my finger at him. Come. The entire arena goes silent. Then explodes. He's actually challenging him. A martial student versus a quasi-warrior. He's going to die. That guy one-shot White Fox with C-rank Thunder Fist. This is suicide. Brave. I'll give him that. Not a single person in this entire building. Not the crowd. Not the fighters. Not the referee. Not the lady who bet against me. Thinks I have even a sliver of a chance. A martial student challenging a quasi-warrior who just demolished the reigning champion. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm suicidal. They think this is the bravest, dumbest thing they've ever seen. What they don't know is that my combat power is 1,850, and this cocky little city trasher is about to find out what, unmatched through all eternity, means in person. Up in the stands, Chun Shan is doing expert commentary for no one who asked. That bullheaded idiot is done. The other guy has proficient level Thunder Fist. He doesn't even need a technique to flatten a martial student. Li Tu nods gravely. Even we might struggle against that guy. A martial student has 0 chance. Chen Lin is bouncing in his seat. Man, Su Hong is really missing out tonight. Yet Chen Lin. Tragic. Absolutely devastating that I couldn't be there. On the ring, the referee is tensing up, ready to jump in and save my life the moment things go south. Sweet of him. Li Ming looks at me like I'm a bug that crawled onto his dinner plate. Seeking death, he throws a punch. Doesn't even bother using a technique. Why would he? I'm just a lowly martial student. A casual swat should do the trick. I punch back. Our fists collide. Li Ming stumbles back 1 step. I stumble back 3. The entire arena freezes. Because everyone was expecting me to get launched into orbit. Instead, I'm standing right here, perfectly fine, barely pushed back. That's pretty strong, I say. And I mean it honestly. First person tonight who actually made me move. But Li Ming takes it as an insult. A martial student just tanked his punch and said, pretty strong, like he's reviewing a restaurant. His face goes dark. His chi and blood explodes outward. Boom, boom, boom. 3 thunderclaps. Proficient level Thunder Fist. Full power. The referee's muscles coil. He's about to dive in and rescue me. Then he hears something from MY side of the ring. Boom, 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 boom. 9. Thunderclaps. The referee's body locks up like someone hit his off switch. Li Ming's face goes white as paper. He barely has time to think. 9. Before my fist connects. Blood sprays from his mouth. He collapses on the stage. Unconscious. Done. Total silence. You could hear a coin drop from across the building. Then, holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. A martial student beat a quasi-warrior. This is impossible. The crowd detonates. Chen Lin's brain has stopped functioning. Li Tu swallows so hard you can hear it. In 9 thunderclaps. That's perfect level thunder fist. Chen Shan is screaming. He's a martial student. A freaking martial student. The two school geniuses look at each other and laugh bitterly. They watched 10 demonstrations and barely reached beginner. They were called prodigies. And now some random bullheaded martial student just casually dropped 9 thunderclaps on live television. Being called a genius suddenly feels like being called tall while standing next to a skyscraper. I look at the referee. So, I won. Prize money's mine, right? Huh? Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. As long as no other quasi-warrior challenges you. I look at the waiting room. Every quasi-warrior in there is shaking their heads so violently I'm worried about neck injuries. Some of them literally step backward. Fight the guy with perfect level C rank technique? Absolutely not. Quasi-warrior bracket. Champion defense successful. The crowd is going insane. I hop off the stage and walk through the waiting room. The quasi-warriors part like the Red Sea. Not one of them makes eye contact. Where did this monster come from? He fought quasi-warriors like they were his children. Outside, Wang Jia, the registration lady, is staring at me with her brain visibly buffering. I hold out my hand. Prize money. Oh, right. She hands it over like a zombie. I count it. All there. Turn to leave. She grabs my arm. Leans in. Her eyes are doing that sparkly thing. It's late. We have rooms here where you could rest. I pull my arm free. Women only slow down my training. I walk away. Peak protagonist behavior. Absolutely zero riz, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Outside the building, I tally up the night. Martial Student Bracket Champion, 60,000 coins. Quasi-Warrior Bracket Champion, 100,000 coins. Total, 160,000 Blue Star coins. My uncle and aunt make about that much in an entire year. I made it in a couple hours wearing a bull costume. Registration fee? Paid. Rent? Paid. Siblings' tuition? Paid. Aunt's medicine? Covered for several treatment cycles at least. I feel light. For the first time since I overheard that conversation behind the door, my chest doesn't feel heavy anymore. Now for the fun part. System panel, 67 Martial Dao points. Most of those came from Li Ming alone. Turns out the stronger and more talented the opponent, the more points I earn. The random martial students gave me spare change. The arrogant quasi-warrior genius was the jackpot. Time to spend. First priority, chi and blood. Let's see how far 67 points gets me. Time to spend my hard-earned martial Dao points. First target, chi and blood. I mentally tap the plus button. A little prompt asks how many points I want to invest. Let's start small. 1 point. A warm wave rolls through my body. Something shifts. Chi and blood. 85.11 point equals 0.1 chi and blood. That sounds tiny, but normally that kind of increase takes a week of brutal training. Maybe 2. Quick math. I have 66 points left. That's 6.6 chi and blood. I'm at 85. If I dump everything, I'd hit Quasi-Warrior. My finger hovers over the button like a kid with a credit card at a candy store. But wait, what if pumping too much at once explodes my body or something? Let's be smart about this. 2 points. Fine. 5 points. Still fine. 10 points. Good. 20 points. OOF. My body swells up like I inflated slightly. Stinging pain everywhere. I wait for it to settle. Once it passes, I keep going. 87. 88. 89. 89.9. Boom. An invisible shockwave erupts from my body. Every dead leaf on the ground gets launched into the air, swirling around me in slow motion like I'm the protagonist of a martial arts movie poster. Which, to be fair, I literally am. The energy settles. I clench my fist. The power inside me is vastly different. My body feels like it upgraded from a bicycle to a sports car. I'm a quasi-warrior now. I close my eyes and just savor it. This feeling of raw, surging power is genuinely addictive. Then I dump every remaining point into chi and blood like a responsible adult. Final result, 91.7. Up 6.7 points in one evening. People train for months to get that kind of progress. My phone buzzes. It's Song Fei from Thunder Rage Martial Hall. All right, my part-time job. I work as a sparring partner there, which is a polite way of saying human punching bag. People pay the gym. The gym pays me 100 coins an hour to stand there and get hit while wearing protective gear. It's miserable work. I come home covered in bruises. But I made an appointment, and I keep my promises. Even though I could now probably fold every single person in that gym like origami. On the way there, I passed the outdoor training ground. The one with the power testing machines. The one where I traumatized that poor security guard last night. Let me check my new combat power real quick. I walk in. Wind up. 9 thunderclaps of Thunder Fist. Check the screen. Walk away. Meanwhile, in the little guard shack nearby, our favorite security guard has just fallen asleep. His first early night in days. He's lying in bed thinking, no way lightning strikes the same place twice. Last night was a fluke. Tonight will be peaceful. Boom, 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 boom. He launches off his bed so hard he smashes his head into the ceiling. Not again. He's on the ground clutching his skull, teeth clenched, tears forming. Then rage takes over. He kicks his door open and storms toward the training ground. But halfway there, he slows down. Wait, what if it's that same monster from yesterday? He remembers the 1,850 combat power reading. Remembers almost picking a fight with the person who left it. Remembers how close he came to getting his skeleton rearranged. He approaches cautiously, gets to the machine. Nobody's there. The mystery puncher is already gone. You hit and run? What kind of psycho? Then he sees the screen. Combat power, 2023. His mouth falls open wide enough to park a car inside. He whips his head left. Right. Left again. Confirming nobody heard him talking trash. Oh, thank God. They left. They didn't hear me. He slaps himself across the face. Yesterday, he almost fought a 1,850 power genius. Tonight, he was about to chase down a 2,023 power monster. His mouth is going to get him killed. He slaps himself again on the walk back to his shack. The sound echoes through the empty night. Somewhere, I feel a strange sense of satisfaction I can't explain. At the martial hall, Song Fei is waiting outside. Suhong, hurry up. Hit the pads with me first. Then there's a teacher coming to demonstrate a C-rank spear technique. You can learn it too. A C-rank weapon technique? My eyes light up immediately. Weapons multiply a warrior's combat power dramatically. Martial artists use special alloy weapons, spears, swords, halberds, each with their own rank techniques. A C-rank spear art would be incredibly expensive to learn normally. I never considered weapons before because I was broke. But now I've got 160,000 coins in my pocket and a talent that lets me master techniques faster than most people learn to tie their shoes. A spear, huh? I could use one of those. I follow Song Fei inside, already imagining how quickly, unmatched through all eternity, is going to demolish a spear curriculum. That poor teacher has no idea what's about to walk into his demonstration. Song Fei and I walk into the training room. Big space, 200 square meters. Mirrors everywhere so you can watch yourself train. About a dozen warriors are already waiting. They greet Song Fei and then drop some bad news. Dude, today's the last day. The teacher's been coming for 6 days already. Song Fei's face crumbles. I was out partying. I missed 6 days of C-rank spear training. He starts beating his own chest in regret. But then the other warriors give him a reality check. Don't feel too bad. The teacher, some stage 3 warrior named Jiang Ming, is only here because he owes the gym owner a favor. He doesn't actually want to teach. Shows up, runs through the forms a few times, doesn't explain anything, and leaves. 6 days and not a single one of us has reached beginner level. So the teacher is doing the bare minimum. Classic, I'm here because I have to be, energy. Every school had that one substitute teacher. The warriors notice me and ask who I am. Song Fei introduces me as his buddy, and they're all super welcoming. Sure. The more the merrier. We'll help you with whatever we can. Nice people. Good vibes. Then the door slams open. Some beat-up, blood-stained young guy staggers in, leaning on the wall. Despite looking like he just lost a fight with a cement mixer, His face is pure arrogance. My teacher doesn't teach well? Maybe you're all just too stupid to learn. Every warrior in the room bristles. Song Fei whispers to the guy next to him. Who's this clown? That's Li Ming. He's the spear teacher's disciple. Always acting superior. Looks down on everyone in Star City. Wait. Li Ming? Li Ming? I look closer. Bloody. Bruised. Limping. One arm hanging weird. Oh my god. That's the arrogant quasi-warrior I destroyed at the underground ring like 2 hours ago. The Thunder Fist guy who was trash-talking Star City. The one I hit so hard he passed out on the stage. And he's here. At this gym. Where I work as a punching bag. The universe has a sick sense of humor. He doesn't recognize me, obviously. I was wearing a bull head. Right now I'm just some random teenager standing in the back. One of the warriors fires back at him. Big talk from a guy who looks like he got mauled by a dog. Li Ming's face goes dark. That clearly hit a nerve. The nerve I personally punched earlier tonight. He wants to fight, but he's too injured, so he just huffs and limps upstairs to his teacher. Upstairs, I later learn, a very entertaining conversation is happening. Jiang Ming, the Stage 3 teacher, is scolding Li Ming for going to the underground fights instead of focusing on challenging Star City's school geniuses, which is apparently why they came from Yang City in the first place. Then Li Ming tells him what happened. A martial student hit 9 thunderclaps and knocked him unconscious. The other disciple, Li Yin, a Stage 1 warrior, almost chokes. A martial student? 9 thunderclaps? Jiang Ming can't believe it either. It took Li Ming 3 months to reach proficient with a dedicated teacher. Li Yin, the more talented one, spent even less time but only reached subtle. And some random kid at the student level hit perfect? Jiang Ming swallows his shock and tries to comfort his beaten disciple. Forget that freak. Focus on yourself. Get strong on your own terms. You'll start by crushing Star City's school geniuses. Use them as stepping stones. Li Ming's eyes reignite. Yes, I'll get stronger. And someday I'll find that martial student and get my revenge. So when do we challenge the schools? Li Yin asks. End of the month. After Li Ming heals. But that's when Star City schools have their monthly exams. Li Ming grins like a wolf. Perfect. All the geniuses will be there. We show up on exam day and crush them all. Which school first? The strongest one. Star City First High, my school. They're coming to MY school. On exam day. To fight our geniuses. The geniuses being Chun Shan and Li Tu, whose Thunder Fist is at beginner level. The guys who are coming have it at proficient and subtle. This would normally be terrifying news for Star City First High. Except the school also has a student whose Thunder Fist is at perfect level, who already beat Li Ming tonight, who Li Ming is desperately searching for without realizing the guy is literally downstairs in the same building, about to learn his master's spear technique for free. Life is beautiful sometimes. Jiang Ming heads downstairs to teach the final spear lesson. His disciple just swore revenge against me. His other disciple is about to attack my school, and I'm about to learn their master's secret C-rank spear art. From the man himself. While he has no idea I'm the bull-headed monster who broke his student. I love this timeline. Upstairs, Li Ming and Li Yin are trash-talking every warrior in the gym without knowing I can hear them through the floor. 6 days and none of those losers learned the spear technique. Pathetic. What do you expect? They're all 30-something-year-old nobodies with zero talent. Their teacher Jiang Ming overhears and just smiles. He agrees. He doesn't care about teaching us. He's only here to repay a favor. One more lesson and he's gone. 30 minutes late, Jiang Ming walks into the training room carrying a regulation spear. What are you all sitting around for? Grab your spears, bro. You're the one who was late. And now you're yelling at us? Everyone swallows their irritation and grabs a weapon. I pick up a spear and stand in the back. Last day, Raging Sea Spear Art. I'll demonstrate 3 times. Learn what you can, 3 times. That's it. No explanation. No guidance. No. Does anyone have questions? Just watch my hands and figure it out. He starts. Now, for normal people, this guy is moving at blinding speed. His spear is spinning so fast it looks like a helicopter blade. Song Fei next to me is just standing there with his mouth open, not even attempting to copy. But for me, he might as well be moving in slow motion. Every twist of the wrist, every shift in his feet, every angle of the spear tip. My brain catches all of it, dissects it, files it away, understands it. First demonstration ends. Ding. Raging Sea Spear Art. Beginner learned it. One viewing. Moving on. Jiang Ming doesn't pause. Doesn't check on anyone. Launches straight into round 2. Then round 3. Total time, 9 minutes. That's it. Good luck. He walks out without even glancing at us. The room erupts in complaints. 9 minutes? That's not teaching. That's performing. He didn't look at us once. I've been coming for 7 days, and I still can't do the opening move. Song Fei is practically crying. His spear was spinning like a pinwheel. How am I supposed to copy that? He looks to me for sympathy. Right, Su-hong? Totally impossible. Yeah, normal people definitely can't learn from that. I nod sympathetically. I glance at my panel. Raging Sea Spear Art, subtle, 3 viewings. Straight to subtle. Just need a little practice to hit perfect. But I said, normal people can't learn it. I stand by that. I am clearly no longer a normal person. Someone suggests everyone spar together, share what they've picked up over the week, learn from each other. Great idea. A friendly middle-aged uncle waves me over. Come here, kid. I know you just started today, but I'll go easy and show you the basics. He's being genuinely kind, slowing down his movements, reducing his chi and blood so it's fair for a beginner. He thrusts his spear forward. My body moves on autopilot. One flick of my spear. Clang. His weapon flies out of his hands and clatters on the floor. We both stare at it. Sorry about that, uncle. He's standing there empty-handed with the most confused expression I've ever seen on a human face. Have you studied spear techniques before? Nope. First time. Then. Did you just learn the Raging Sea Spear art? In 9 minutes? By watching, he starts stuttering. Why you? You couldn't possibly have reached beginner already, right? The other warriors hear the commotion and crowd around. Uncle explains what happened. Excuse me? We studied for 7 days, and you learned it in 9 minutes? He disarmed you in 1 move. Then someone shouts, "Hey, handsome, spar with me next." Me too. I want to learn from watching you. Suddenly, I'm the most popular person in the room. A dozen warriors are lining up to cross spears with me. Song Fei is standing in the back like a confused puppy. Since when is Su-hong a genius? He was totally average before. Meanwhile, my system is going ding 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 in the background. 5 martial Dao points. 5. 5, 5. Every spar I win gives me points. And these wonderful, enthusiastic, friendly warriors are lining up to hand them to me. One at a time, everyone. One at a time. I'm trying so hard to keep a straight face. These people think they're getting a free lesson. In reality, they're my personal martial Dao point vending machines. I love this gym. The atmosphere is wonderful. Everyone should come here. 5 stars. Would recommend. Ding, 3. Ding, 6. Ding, 5. Ding, 0.3. My brain sounds like a cash register at a Black Friday sale. Every spar, every win, points, points, points. I go through all dozen warriors. When I circle back to try the friendly uncle again, nothing. 0 points. 1 payout per person per session. Got it. Still, in just that short time, 35 martial Dao points. The Stage 1 warriors gave the most. The Quasi-warriors gave less than before though. Now that I've broken through to Quasi-warrior myself, beating them isn't as impressive to the system apparently. My cheat code has diminishing returns based on relative strength. Fair enough. Song Fei walks up to me with his jaw on the floor. Su-hong, are you secretly a martial arts genius? Maybe I just had a breakthrough? I shrug with a grin. Can you teach me? Sure. The instant I say yes, every warrior in the room stampedes toward me. Teach me too. Me next. Suddenly I'm surrounded by a dozen grown men looking at me with puppy dog eyes, including the kind uncle who tried to help me 5 minutes ago. How do I say no to that face? Fine, everyone. I'll demonstrate slowly. Try to follow along. I grip the spear and start the Raging Sea Spear art. The room goes dead silent. My spear moves like a dragon diving through ocean waves. Every thrust sends a tremor through the air. Holy crap, that's not beginner level. Remember Jiang Ming's disciple Li Yin? He's at mastery. Su-hong looks almost as good. Wait, is he at subtle already? Someone asked me directly. Yeah, subtle. 12 jaws hit the floor in perfect unison. Then 12 faces light up like Christmas trees. A subtle level practitioner teaching them for free? They hit the jackpot. I demonstrate 3 full rounds. By the 3rd one, ding, Raging Sea Spear art, subtle Raging Sea Spear art, mastery, mastery. While teaching, I'm literally leveling up by being a good person. The universe is finally rewarding kindness. After the demonstrations, they swarm me with questions. I walk through the crowd correcting everyone's form, fixing grip angles, adjusting stances, tweaking thrust trajectories. Full teacher mode. And honestly, I'm having a great time. These people are so eager to learn. So grateful. So different from that arrogant Jiang Ming who couldn't be bothered to look at them once. 10 minutes in, the kind uncle thrusts his spear forward. A faint sound of crashing waves echoes through the room. His eyes go wide. I did it. I reach beginner. I actually did it. The room explodes with energy. Everyone starts drilling twice as hard. Second person breaks through. Then a third. Song Fei is the fourth. He freezes mid-thrust, realizes what just happened, and screams at the ceiling. My dude. My home. You should be a professional instructor. This is insane. Everyone nods frantically. 7 days of Jiang Ming's teaching, 0 students reach beginner. 20 minutes of me, 7 students reach beginner. Including Song Fei, who literally saw the technique for the first time today. I teach Song Fei the most thoroughly because he's the reason I'm here. He didn't have to invite me to learn spear arts. That was pure generosity. So I repay generosity with generosity. Once he hits beginner, my job is done. I put down the spear and start heading out. Wait. The warriors block my path. They start shoving money into my hands. Kid, you have to take this. What you taught us in 20 minutes is worth more than a month of classes. Take mine too. Please. I try to refuse. They literally won't let me leave without it. Final count, 50,000 blue star coins. From tips. For 20 minutes of spear tutoring. Su-hong, this isn't even enough. Your teaching is worth way more than this. Tonight's total earnings. 160,000 from fighting, 50,000 from teaching equals 210,000 blue star coins. I started this evening as a broke kid who couldn't afford a 30,000 registration fee. I'm ending it with 7 times that amount. In one night. As I walk out, I can hear them talking behind me. That kid is beyond a genius. Can we hire him to come back? Song Fei shakes his head. Guys, someone who masters a C-rank technique to subtle in under an hour? That kind of talent won't be hanging around our little gym. We were lucky to get one session. They all nod sadly. Smart man, Song Fei. I'm barely out the door when I hear it slam open behind me. Li Yan, Jiang Ming's other disciple, the stage 1 warrior, storms in with ice in his voice. Talking behind my teacher's back again. He taught you for 7 days. 7 full days. And not a single one of you reached beginner. Your talent is garbage. And you have the nerve to complain about his teaching? Oh buddy. 7 of them just reached beginner. In 20 minutes. Under manhwa instruction. Your teacher's 7 days of lessons got outperformed by a teenager with a bull mask in his backpack. But I'm already gone, so I'll let someone else deliver that news. I'm already gone when the fireworks start, but Song Fei tells me everything the next day, and honestly I wish I'd stayed to watch. Li Yan, Jiang Ming's precious disciple, marches into the training room to lecture everyone about being ungrateful. You dare complain about my teacher? He taught you for 7 days. You're all just too talentless to learn. The warriors have had enough. Your teacher's attitude was garbage. Someone else taught us for 30 minutes, and we learned more than 7 days with him. His 7 days were worthless. Jiang Ming walks in. Here's the commotion. His ego activates immediately. Someone teaches better than me? Where is this person? Let me see them. Pause for dramatic effect. Oh wait, they don't exist, do they? Song Fei's eyes go cold. He picks up a spear. Watch. He performs the full raging sea spear art. The sound of crashing ocean waves echoes through the room. Li Yan's pupils shrink. That's beginner level. Confirmed. But Jiang Ming, the king of excuses, immediately deflects. Well, you're clearly talented. You weren't here the other 6 days, so you probably just have natural aptitude. My 3 demonstrations were enough? Your 3 demonstrations. The 9-minute speedrun where you didn't make eye contact with a single student. That's what you're taking credit for? The other warriors are livid. Oh, we don't have talent? We're too stupid? Watch this. One by one, 6 warriors grab spears and perform the raging sea spear art. Crashing waves. Crashing waves. Crashing waves. Crashing waves. Crashing waves. Crashing waves. 6 consecutive beginner-level demonstrations. Plus Song Fei makes 7. 7 students who couldn't learn anything in 7 days under Jiang Ming. All reached beginner in under 30 minutes under me. Jiang Ming, and Li Yin are standing there looking like someone slapped them with a fish. Song Fei twists the knife. And just so you know, the person who taught us? He's a quasi-warrior. A high school student. Never touched a spear before tonight. He watched your 3 lazy demonstrations, reached subtle level on the spot, and then taught all 7 of us to beginner in half an hour. Impossible, Jiang Ming barks. Song Fei doesn't argue. Just performs the spear art again. Ocean sounds fill the room. Jiang Ming's mouth twitches. He has nothing. The evidence is right in front of him. 7 students. 7 proofs. His mouth opens and closes like a dying fish. Song Fei and the warriors give him one collective cold look and walk out. Jiang Ming stands there for a long time. A quasi-warrior. Never held a spear. Subtle level in 1 hour. What kind of monster lives in this city? Li Yin tries to cope. They're probably exaggerating, teacher, but you can see it in his eyes. The guy who took 2 days to reach beginner and was called a genius for it. Just heard that someone did it in minutes. His entire self-image is recalibrating in real time. Jiang Ming pats his shoulder. Don't worry about it. They're definitely lying. Subtle in 30 minutes? Even the prodigies in the imperial capital couldn't do that. He probably practiced spear arts for years, and they just didn't know. When you go challenge Star City school geniuses at the monthly exam, your mastery-level spear art will crush everyone. Nobody in this city can touch you. Sure, Jiang Ming. Keep telling yourself that. Your student Li Ming already met me once tonight, and is currently upstairs nursing shattered bones. But go ahead and send the other one to my school too. I'll be waiting. Meanwhile, I'm walking home through empty streets, backpack literally bulging with cash. 210,000 Blue Star coins. This morning I couldn't afford a 30,000 registration fee. Tonight I'm carrying 7 times that in a school bag like a very responsible drug dealer. Rent? Done. Registration? Done. Tuition? Done. Aunt's medicine? Covered. But it's not just about money anymore. This world has alien races watching from beyond the sky, waiting for humanity to slip. If they break through, people like my uncle and aunt and the kids, people without power, become prey. I never want to feel helpless again. Never want to stand outside a door listening to my family figure out which bills they can't pay. Never want my little sister offering to drop out of school so I can eat. Power. Real power. That's the only thing that matters in this world. I check my panel. Raging Sea Spear Art. Mastery. Still need to push it to perfect, but I don't even own a spear yet. Need to buy an alloy weapon. Martial Dao points. 35. I start investing points. Time to get stronger. The walk home feels different tonight. My backpack is heavy with money. My body is humming with new power. And somewhere in this city, 3 warriors from Yang City are plotting to attack my school on exam day, completely unaware that the mysterious genius they're hunting and the broke kid in class 6 are the same person. This is going to be a fun month. I dump all 35 martial Dao points into chi and blood. Warmth floods through my entire body. Blood surging through my veins like a river breaking through a dam. It lasts a few minutes, then fades. Chi and blood. 95.2, only 4.8 points away from stage 1 warrior. So close I can taste it. But my points are at 0 again. Need more enemies to beat up. Let's see. The monthly school exam is in 6 days. That's free martial Dao points walking around in uniforms. But I also need money for an alloy spear. Can't use spear techniques without an actual spear. Shocking, I know. Then I pass a convenience store and hear the TV news. Beast activity increasing in the Star City wilderness. The city lord is offering generous bounties for beast kills. Kill beasts. Earn money for a spear. Earn martial Dao points for stats. Desensitize myself to combat after the whole first kill thing tonight. 3 birds, 1 spear. Decision made. Tomorrow I go beast hunting. Now, the part I've been waiting for all night. I walk into our crappy apartment complex. The streetlights are flickering like they're powered by hamster wheels. Downstairs, before I go up, let me tell you what I don't know yet, but piece together later. My uncle spent all day at work with a thrown-out back. Couldn't stand straight. Couldn't lift properly. Did it anyway because that's who he is. At the end of the day, he asked his boss for a 1-month salary advance. The boss said no. After working there for years. 1 advance. Denied. Uncle cursed the man under his breath, and then spent 15 minutes climbing 5 flights of stairs because his back was so wrecked he could barely move. He reached our door, rubbed his face, forced a smile, and walked in like nothing was wrong. Inside, Xiao Hai and Xiao Ming are doing horse stance squats in the tiny living room, faces dripping with sweat, training hard. "Dad, you're home," he smiles. But inside he's falling apart. Proud of the kids, furious at himself for not being able to provide more. Aunt comes out from the kitchen, sees him holding his back, and rushes over. He sits down and whispers the bad news. No luck. Her face falls. But she smiles anyway. We'll think of something else. She's about to get his medicine patches when they hear my key in the lock. Uncle grabs her arm, shakes his head. "Don't let the kids see the medicine. They'll worry." She sits back down. Both of them rearrange their faces into perfect smiles. These two deserve Academy Awards. I walk in. "I'm home. Brother." The little ones light up. Uncle grins at me. "What's got you so cheerful? Haven't seen you smile like this in a while. Don't tell me you broke through to Quasi-Warrior." He's joking. He knows how hard it is to raise chi and blood. All three kids train martial arts. He's very aware of the timeline. I put on my best shocked face. "Uncle, how did you know I broke through to Quasi-Warrior?" The room goes silent. Uncle freezes. Aunt freezes. Xiao Hai and Xiao Ming freeze mid-squat and simultaneously fall on their butts. "OUCH." They scramble up, rubbing their backsides. "Bro, you're joking, right?" I look at all four of them. Smile. Nod. "It's real. I'm a Quasi-Warrior now." "Huh? Bro, you're amazing." The kids hug me. Aunt and Uncle are beaming. Real smiles this time. But I can see it in Uncle's eyes. Even while he's smiling, his brain is calculating. He found out today, from coworkers, that the martial arts exam registration costs $30,000, due in a week. And I never told the family. He's already planning to beg his boss again tomorrow. The man who just rejected him today. He's going to go back and humiliate himself again. For me, not happening. Everyone, gather around the table. I wave them over with a mysterious grin. "What now?" Uncle laughs. "Another surprise?" "Oh yeah." I unzip my school backpack, flip it upside down, and start pouring stacks of cash, thick bundles, one after another, tumbling onto the dinner table like a money waterfall. 210,000 blue star coins. Uncle's mouth falls open. Aunt's hands fly to her face. Xiao Hai's eyes become dinner plates. Xiao Ming stops breathing. The table is buried in cash. My entire backpack's worth. More money than this family has seen in one place in their entire lives. More than Uncle earns in a full year of destroying his back, carrying other people's cargo. And their 18-year-old nephew just casually dumped it out of a school bag like it was homework. Nobody moves. Nobody speaks. For people standing around a table covered in money, completely frozen, like someone hit the pause button on the universe. This is why I did everything tonight. Not the system. Not the fighting. Not the glory. This moment. These faces. This family. 21 million. Wait, no, 210,000 blue star coins. On the dinner table. My school backpack turned upside down like a piñata full of cash. For people. For completely frozen brains. Uncle speaks first. His voice is shaking. "Ex Xiaohong, where did this money come from?" His eyes are screaming. "Please tell me you didn't rob a bank." Aunt, Xiao Hai, and Xiao Ming are all staring at me with the same terrified question on their faces. Time for a strategic lie. "Relax, Uncle. I broke through to Quasi-Warrior, and the principal was so impressed he gave me a special scholarship. A scholarship. Worth 210,000 coins. From a public high school. In what universe does that make sense?" Apparently this universe, because they believe me instantly. The relief on their faces could fill an ocean. "Uncle, Andy, you've worked so hard all these years. From now on, let me carry this family." Uncle's voice cracks. He's trying so hard not to cry. Good. Good. You're more capable than your uncle ever was. Andy, use this money for your treatment. I'll earn more. Aunt covers her mouth. Tears streaming down her face. Can't speak. Xiao Hai and Xiao Ming are looking at me like I just descended from heaven on a golden cloud. Maximum worship mode activated. Nobody sleeps that night. Uncle and Aunt talk in their room until dawn, voices full of emotion. The kids drag me into endless questions, and every time I demonstrate even a tiny move, they cheer and clap like I'm performing at a stadium. Best night of both my lives. Next morning at breakfast, though, problems. Uncle and Aunt push almost all the money back to me. "You're at a critical stage. Take everything. You need it more." I take 50,000 and refuse the rest. They won't accept this. They keep pushing more money at me. This turns into the world's weirdest argument, a family fighting over who gets to keep less money. Eventually, I just sprint out the door. I'm training at school for a few days. Not coming home. Bye. I run down the street gasping. The money still isn't enough. If I dropped $2 million on that table, they wouldn't have tried to give it back. The solution is simple. Make more. Beast hunting it is. I grab a taxi to the wilderness outside Star City. 10 kilometers out, there's a warrior base, a facility built specifically for hunters heading into beast territory. Today it's packed because yesterday's news announced the city government is offering fat bounties for beast kills. Half an hour in line just to get through the door. Inside, the place is buzzing. Glass walls let you see the wilderness outside. Warriors are constantly coming back through the entrance covered in blood, carrying dripping bags. What's in the bags? Beast left ears. That's the proof of kill system. Clean, simple, slightly disgusting. I check the bounty board. Unranked beasts, 300 coins each. Stage 1 low tier, 1,000 coins. Stage 1 mid tier, 3,000 coins. Stage 1 high tier, 5,000 coins. Stage 2 and above, even more. Rule: cut off the left ear or no payment. Got it. Gross but efficient. 1,000 per stage 1 beast. 10 beasts, 10,000. Plus you can sell pelts and materials for extra. Not bad at all. Another queue for the wilderness entrance. Seriously, even beast hunting has a line? Then some jerk pushes through the crowd. Move aside. Some arrogant young guy named Yifeng, stage 1 mid-tier warrior, walks straight to the front with his 5-man squad. Blatant cutting. No shame whatsoever. And nobody says anything. Not even the stage 2 warriors in line. They just step aside. Why? Because this punk's uncle is Yi Chi, a stage 3 warrior who runs this entire base. Nepotism baby. Classic. The second he's gone, everyone starts trash talking. Showing off because his uncle is the boss. If it weren't for his uncle, I'd slap that kid into next week. Yeah. Tough talk from the guys who parted like the Red Sea 30 seconds ago. Human nature never changes, even in a world with kung fu and alien invasions. Not my problem. I'm here for ears. Finally my turn. The staff worker gives me a look. Kind of young to be out here alone, aren't you? He shrugs and waves me through anyway. I step through the entrance, walk down a corridor, and my feet hit real wilderness soil for the first time. The air hits me. Fresh. Sweet. Alive. I take a deep breath, pick a random direction, and start walking. Somewhere out there are monsters worth 1,000 coins per ear and martial Dao points per kill. Let's go shopping. Dense forest. Ancient trees thick as cars. I'm walking through the wilderness, alert, ready for anything. A bush rustles. I tense up, every muscle coiled. A warrior climbs out of the bush. Not a beast. A person. With a sword and a backpack and a confused expression. This keeps happening. I've been walking for 20 minutes, and I've seen 0 monsters and 12 humans. The outer zone has been picked cleaner than a Thanksgiving turkey. Gotta go deeper. I crouch, launch myself horizontal, and boom, sky step off the air like a human missile. I'm flying through the forest at ridiculous speed, bouncing off the atmosphere every few dozen meters. Superman wishes he looked this cool. 10 minutes of air dashing later, I finally encounter my first beast. A 2-meter-long wolf with fangs curved like crescent moons. Glowing green eyes. Drooling. Stage 1 low-tier beast, Shadow Moon Wolf. School actually taught us beast identification. Finally, a class that pays off. The wolf locks onto me, scans my chi and blood, and its eyes light up with joy. It thinks I'm the weakest warrior it's encountered today. Oh buddy, you picked the wrong lunch. Oh whoa. It lunges straight for my throat. Jaws wide open. Full commitment. My body moves before my brain does. I duck under the wolf, slide right beneath its belly, and throw a punch upward. Boom 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 boom. 9 thunderclaps. Perfect thunder fist. Directly into its stomach. I blow a hole clean through the wolf, front to back. You can see daylight through it. It drops, dead before it hits the ground. I exhale. My hands are trembling, not from fear, but from the thrill. This life or death combat thing is kind of addictive. Then I smell the wolf's drool on me. Oh God, that's disgusting. I hold my breath, rip off the left ear, stuff it in my bag, and get out. Walking away, I analyze what just happened. That duck and punch combo was completely instinctive. 0 hesitation. Like my body already knew the answer before the question was asked. In my old fights at the underground ring, I was so much stronger than everyone that I never noticed this. But now, in real combat with a creature trying to eat me, my, unmatched through all eternity, talent doesn't just boost learning speed. It maxes out combat instincts too. My body reads attacks and responds on autopilot. Let's test this more. I find a stage 1 mid-tier beast next. A rage black bear. Thing is the size of a small truck. Come here, big guy. I wave it over. It roars and charges. The ground literally shakes under its weight. Giant bear paw swings at me. I dodge. Another swing. Dodge. Swipe. Dodge. Slam. Dodge. Overhead smash. Sidestep. 10 straight minutes of this bear, throwing everything it has at me. Claws, paws, body slams, bear hugs. It doesn't touch me once. Not my body, not my clothes, not a single hair. After 10 minutes, the bear is wheezing. I'm standing there with perfect breathing and not a wrinkle on my shirt. Confirmed. Combat instincts are maxed. Testing complete. Time to end this. I step forward. The bear raises its paw for one more swipe. I punch its paw off. Clean separation. The bear looks down at its missing hand like, where'd that go? It looks back up. Sees my fist filling its entire field of vision. Boom. Bear head, deleted. I jump backward to avoid the brain splatter. The body crashes down so hard the ground bounces. Left ear collected. Moving on. Then, a sharp whistle of something cutting through air behind me. I dodge sideways on pure instinct. A spear slams into the ground exactly where I was standing. Oh, okay, so we're doing this now. Some scrawny guy is standing there, pulling his spear out of the dirt with a smug look. Not bad reflexes, kid. Now hand over all your beast ears, and I'll let you live. A robber. In the beast-hunting wilderness. Instead of killing beasts for bounty money, this genius decided to rob other hunters. You don't hunt beasts, you rob people instead? TCH. Hunting is slow. Robbery is fast. Simple economics. Kid. I'm about to respond when my eyes land on his weapon. It's an alloy spear. A real alloy spear. Not a training weapon. The thing I've been wanting to buy. I smile. Is that an alloy spear? He blinks. Obviously. What grade? D grade. Wait, why am I answering your questions? Only D grade. I sigh. It'll do for now. He's furious now. You had your chance, kid. Die. He thrusts the spear at my throat with killing intent. I don't even look at it. My hand flashes out, strips the weapon from his grip like taking candy from a toddler, and my foot connects with his chest. He rockets backward and slams into an ancient tree. Blood sprays from his mouth. He slides down to the ground, completely lost. He has no idea what just happened. 1 second he was attacking. Next second he's weaponless and broken against a tree. Meanwhile, I'm standing here testing the weight and balance of my new spear. Oh, this is nice. The grip, the hardness, way better than those training spears at the gym. He swallows hard. Kid, you win. The spear is yours. I'll just go. Sure. Off you go. He turns and starts limping away, already planning his revenge in his head. He's going to find his buddies and come back to jump me. I can practically see the thought bubble above his head. That's why I let him take exactly 4 steps before unleashing the raging sea spear art. The sound of a tidal wave fills the forest. He barely has time to turn his head before the spear shaft cracks across his chest, caving it in. He flies through the air and crashes to the ground. You said I could go. He's staring up at me in disbelief as I walk over, spear in hand. I give him my warmest smile. Oh, I lied. The spear punches through his heart. His eyes go dark. His head drops. Second kill. Easier this time. No nausea. No shaking. Here's the thing. I could tell the moment I let him go that he was going to come back with friends. The hatred in his eyes was obvious. He attacked me from behind, aimed for a kill shot, and only begged when he lost. Mercy is for people who deserve it. This guy? He was a predator who picked the wrong prey. Now I have a D-grade alloy spear, a bag of beast ears, and 0 guilt. Let's keep hunting. After killing the robber, I noticed something interesting about myself. No nausea. No shaking. No guilt. My body has officially filed, killing bad people, under normal Tuesday activities. Character development speedrun complete. I check his backpack. 20+ beast ears already collected. This dude was right about one thing. Robbery is more efficient than hunting. But I'm not about to become a bandit just because the math checks out. I have standards. Low standards, but standards. Oh wait, I forgot to search the body. I run back and pat him down. Nothing. Empty pockets. First time looting a corpse. Still learning the process. Gotta get better at this. I say this out loud, to myself, alone in a monster-infested forest. I'm fine. Points check. 38 Martial Dow. All of it into chi and blood. 95.299.0, 1 point away from stage 1 warrior. 1. I can practically hear the breakthrough calling my name. But I'm out of points. Need more kills. Luckily, I'm standing in a forest full of things that want to eat me, and I just acquired a free D-grade alloy spear from a very generous dead man. Let's test this bad boy. That evening, I find a cave, roll a boulder over the entrance like a paranoid caveman, and light a fire. Points. 32. Enough. I dump everything into chi and blood. 99, 100. 101, 102.2. My body erupts. Blood crashing through my veins like a tsunami. Every muscle swells up. My sleeves RIP apart. My arms look like they belong on a bodybuilder who ate another bodybuilder. Then, slowly, everything settles. Muscles deflate back to my normal lean frame. Stage 1 warrior. I clench my fist. The power inside me is on a completely different planet from before. This feeling, getting stronger, I will never get tired of this. Then I look down and realize my shirt is destroyed. I'm sitting in a cave, shirtless, alone, with torn fabric hanging off me like a discount Hulk. Awkward. Over the next 4 days, I become death itself. The raging sea spear art hits perfect level. Every thrust sounds like a tidal wave. Mid-tier stage 1 beasts. A few stabs and their spines snap. By day 4, I'm a completely different person. My eyes are cold. My movements are sharp. The soft high school student is gone. What's left is a hunter who's been bathing in beast blood for almost a week. Then I meet her. The big one. A black jade giant python. Dozens of meters long. Stage 1 high tier. Top of the food chain in this forest. The strongest thing I've fought. By far. It flicks its tail at me. Along the way, the tail clips a boulder and the boulder splits in half. You know, I'm not blocking that. I launch into the air with sky step, come down right in front of its face, and ram my spear straight through its left eye. The python goes berserk. Tail whips at me blindly. I yank the spear out and dodge. The tail misses me and smashes into the python's own head. It wobbles. I use sky step to close the distance instantly and stab its other eye. Now it's completely blind. Thrashing at nothing. Attacking the air. My strategy, poke it whenever it stops. Wait for it to rage out. Poke again. Repeat. 15 minutes of this, and the snake can barely lift its tail. I walk up and finish it off. What a rush. My heart is pounding. That fight looked easy, but one tail hit would have hospitalized me. It was pure combat IQ and 4 days of experience that kept me alive. But then, a problem. Snakes don't have ears. I stare at this mountain-sized corpse and realize I have no proof of kill. After a moment, I notice a scale on its forehead that's different from the others. Shinier. Tougher. I pry it out and test it with my spear. Can't pierce it. This thing could be made into armor. I pocket the special scale, grab a regular one as kill evidence, and throw my backpack over my shoulder. It's absolutely stuffed with ears. 4 days of hunting. Lost count after, a lot. My bag looks pregnant with beast parts. Time to head back. On the way out, I pass other warriors. Every single one of them stares at my bulging backpack with hungry eyes. Then they look at me, drenched in dried blood, eyes like a shark, spear in hand, and suddenly find something else very interesting to look at. Smart choices all around. Then I see them. Yifeng's group. The nepotism squad. 5 warriors, the arrogant punk nephew of the base commander leading them. I don't want trouble. I turn to take a different path. Stop. Oh, come on. I keep walking. Yifeng's eyes narrow. He snaps his fingers at his 4 lackeys. One of them, a big middle-aged guy, jumps at the chance to impress his boss. I got this, young Master Yi. Just some kid. This dude has been living his best life these past 4 days. Following Yifeng around, robbing every hunter they meet. Nobody fights back because Yifeng's uncle runs the base. Free ears, 0 work. Parasite paradise. Yifeng nods. Don't kill him. Just cripple him. Yes, SIR. The big guy charges. Closes the gap in seconds. Winds up a punch aimed at my back. I've known he was coming since the moment he moved. I spin around. One thrust. Spear goes clean through his heart. His eyes go wide. His punch never lands. His brain hasn't caught up with the fact that he's already dead. I pull the spear out. He drops. For days ago, my first kill made me nauseous. Now I don't even blink. The big guy looks down at the spear sticking through his chest like he's genuinely confused about how it got there. Tries to speak. Blood fills his throat instead. He drops like a sack of wet cement. I pull out my spear, grab his backpack full of stolen beast ears. Thanks, buddy. I'll take those, and vanish into the forest before anyone processes what just happened. Behind me, Yi Feng and his 3 remaining goons are frozen. Their brains are buffering. One blink. That's all it took. Their toughest guy, dead. Backpack gone. Me gone. He killed my guy and took the bag. Yi Feng loses his mind. He orders his squad to chase me. One of them tries to be smart about it. Young Master Yi. That kid's obviously a school genius. If we kill him and anyone finds out, Yi Feng gives him a stare that could curdle milk. The guy shuts up immediately. We kill him and stuff his body in a beast's mouth. Who's gonna know? Charming. Real charming, Yi Feng. They chase. But here's the thing, they can't catch me. I'm faster. The gap between us keeps growing. Yi Feng is losing it. He screams at my back. I've seen your face, kid. Drop the bag or I'll kill your entire family. I stop. Not because I'm scared. Because he just said the one thing in this universe that guarantees I will end him. My family. He threatened my family. The uncle who destroys his back carrying cargo so I can train. The aunt who wanted to stop her medicine so I could eat. The little brother and sister who offered to drop out of school. Those people. He threatened those people. I turn my head. My eyes must look like something out of a horror movie because even from this distance, I can see the 3 warriors behind him flinch. Then I turn back and disappear into the trees. Faster than before. He got away. Damn it. Yi Feng is cursing up a storm. His lackeys are scared to breathe. After calming down, Yi Feng has a plan. He'll go back to the base to cash in. We head to the entrance and ambush him there. One warrior nervously glances at the darkening sky. Young master, it's getting dark. Beasts get more active at night. Maybe we should wait until, if he leaves overnight, we lose him. So they start marching through the dark forest toward the exit. Yi Feng is cursing nonstop. The 3 warriors are grumbling too. When I find that punk, I'm killing him first. Get in line. This is all that dead idiot's fault for being careless. They're so busy being angry that they don't notice me. Because I never left. I've been following them through the trees this entire time. Like a shadow. Like a predator stalking prey that doesn't know it's already dead. I pick my moment. One thrust from the darkness. Spear through a warrior's heart. In and out. Gone before anyone sees me. A body hits the ground. Yi Feng and the remaining 2 spin around, eyes wild with panic. It's him again. Beautiful. Now they're scared. The swagger is gone. The arrogance is cracking. 3 tough guys who spent 4 days bullying hunters are now jumping at every shadow. Move faster. Get out of this forest now. They speed up. Eyes darting everywhere. Every rustle makes them flinch. Boom. I create a loud noise on purpose. From the trees. Just to mess with them. All 3 whip around, staring into the darkness for 15 straight seconds. Nothing comes. I'm just letting them marinate in their fear. Like seasoning. That coward. Only knows how to sneak attack. Come out and fight fair. You. One of the warriors is mid-rant when he realizes his buddy stopped responding. He and Yi Feng freeze. Slowly turn around. Thud. 3rd warrior. On the ground. Dead. Spear wound through the back. I killed him while the other guy was literally in the middle of talking to him. They didn't hear a thing. Ow, Yi Feng's voice cracks. Actual fear now. The guy who threatened to kill my whole family 10 minutes ago sounds like he's about to cry. The last warrior grabs his arm. Why, young master? Stop talking. Let's just go. They shut up and run. They make it about 20 steps. Then they see me, standing in the middle of their path. Spear resting on my shoulder. Completely still. Waiting. Yi Feng's first reaction is actually relief. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm right here. Visible. Targetable. He can handle visible. Finally stopped sneaking around. You coward? The last warrior locks onto me too, determined not to let me vanish again. I look at both of them. Under the moonlight, through the trees, my eyes are ice. Just 2 of you left. Don't need sneak attacks anymore. Yi Feng laughs. Angry laugh. Desperate laugh. Who do you think you are? He charges. The last warrior follows. Poor, stupid Yifeng. For warriors couldn't stop me. You think two will do better? The sneaking was never because I needed to. It was because I wanted you to feel what it's like to be hunted. And now that you felt it, now comes the part where I stop playing. Yifeng and his last lackey charge at me together. How cute. A team attack. I meet Yifeng head-on. Spear to spear. One clash. He stumbles backward, eyes going wide. He's stage 1 high tier. I'm technically just a fresh stage 1 warrior. And I just pushed him back. While he's recovering, I spin on the lackey. 3 seconds of spear work. Dead. I flick the blood off my spear tip. It splatters on the ground like a period at the end of a sentence. Yifeng looks around. 5-man squad when the night started. Now it's just him. Alone. In a dark forest. With me. Your turn. I walk toward him, spear ready. You think you've won? He grins and points his finger at me. Not like a rude gesture, like a gun. A beam of compressed chi energy rockets out of his fingertip at my chest. I dodge by an inch. The beam hits a tree behind me and snaps it in half. Okay, that's new. B-rank technique. Void-piercing finger. His stage 3 uncle taught it to him as a going-away present. Only at beginner level, but even beginner-level B-rank stuff hits like a cannon. This is why he felt comfortable robbing everyone. Most wilderness hunters use low-rank techniques. This finger beam outclasses anything they've got. He starts spamming it. Beam after beam after beam. I'm dodging, weaving, ducking, can't get close. You're nothing but a mud-legged peasant, he taunts. Some genius. I'm crushing you. Yeah, okay, Yifeng. Keep shooting. Keep showing me exactly how that technique works. Every angle, every movement, every detail of how you channel the energy through your fingertip. Please, take your time. I'm studying. A few minutes of this, and Yifeng fires another shot. This time I react slow, look like I'm about to get hit. Die, his grin appears. Then I put down my spear, raise my own finger, and fire an identical beam right back at him. The two beams collide midair and explode. Yifeng's grin dies on his face. What? He fires again. I fire back. Perfect copy. Same technique. Same energy. Beam for beam. Then he sees it. My face. While I'm shooting his own technique back at him, I'm thinking, analyzing, refining, like I'm taking a test and working through the problems in real time. His brain catches up and he screams the most terrified sentence of his life. Did you just learn this on the spot? Yes, Yifeng. While you were trying to kill me, I was taking notes. Your B-rank technique that took you a month to learn from a stage 3 warrior? I picked it up in a few minutes. In the middle of a fight. While dodging. They call it unmatched through all eternity. It's not just a cool name. His hands start shaking. He's not angry anymore. He's terrified. He realizes he's been fighting a monster he cannot comprehend. He starts retreating while shooting, trying to create distance toward the forest exit. Then I point my finger. The beam that comes out is vastly stronger than anything he's thrown. It shreds through his attack like paper and punches clean through his thigh. He faceplants. P-proficient level, he looks up at me like I'm a demon wearing a teenager's skin. Which, honestly, might not be far off at this point. He just watched me learn his technique and surpass him with it. In the same fight, his month of training got outclassed by my 5 minutes of multitasking. You? If you kill me, my uncle won't. I shoot his other thigh. Please. I'll give you the technique manual. It's on me. You're so talented, I'd never mess with you again. I swear. I tilt my head. If I kill you, I get the manual anyway. His mouth opens for one more plea. 3 beams. Forehead. Heart. Done. No hesitation. This man threatened my family. The verdict was delivered the moment those words left his mouth. Everything after was just the execution. I search his body. Movements smooth and professional. None of that awkward first-timer fumbling from a few days ago. My looting skills have leveled up as fast as everything else. In his pocket, the void-piercing finger technique manual. B-rank technique. Actual treasure. I already got it to proficient by watching him, but having the manual means I can study it properly and push to perfect much faster. Learning by observation has limits, even for me. Having the source material is always better. Then I look at the backpacks. 5 of them, all stuffed with beast ears. For days of robbing every hunter they met. Hundreds of years. 5 fat bags of stolen goods, now belonging to me. I came to this forest to hunt beasts. Instead, I got a free alloy spear, a B-rank technique manual, 5 backpacks of beast ears, a pile of martial Dao points, and a clear conscience. The real beasts were the humans all along. Dawn breaking. Me walking through the forest carrying 6 enormous backpacks like the world's most terrifying delivery boy. A rage black bear jumps out at me. I raise my finger. One shot. The beam punches through its heart like a bullet through butter. Ding. Void-piercing finger, mastery void-piercing finger, perfect B-rank technique. Perfected. In one night. While walking through a forest carrying 6 bags of ears. I've been practicing this thing non-stop since I killed Yi Foam, and at perfect level, the energy beam is as thick as a human arm. It fires instantly. No wind-up. No warning. Just point and delete. As the base comes into view, I stop and think for a moment. Yifeng's uncle runs that base. He's a stage 3 warrior. If he finds the void-piercing finger manual on me, he'll know exactly what happened to his nephew. I pull out the manual, stare at it, and burn it. Physically painful. That's a B-rank technique manual worth a fortune. But I've already hit perfect level, so the manual is just evidence now. Expensive, incriminating evidence. Goodbye, beautiful book. Our time together was short, but meaningful. I walk into the warrior base looking like I crawled out of a horror movie. Clothes soaked in blood. Spear in one hand. 6 backpacks stacked on my back like a human pack mule. The entrance guard takes one look at me and screams. What the? Every head in the entire plaza turns. At that exact moment, the hottest team in the building, the Thunder Squad, 5 experienced warriors, is at the counter cashing in their haul. For backpacks. The crowd is going crazy. Thunder Squad is insane. 4 full bags. That's like 230,000 coins worth. I couldn't do that in months. The staff worker is literally complimenting them. You guys brought in more than anyone I've seen. Thunder Squad is basking in glory. Chests puffed. Smiles wide. Then I walk in. One blood-soaked teenager. 6 bags. Dripping. The plaza goes silent. Are those all full of beast ears? 6 bags? The Thunder Squad only had 4. And he's alone? Is he even old enough to drive? Thunder Squad's smiles freeze on their faces. Their spotlight just got stolen by a high schooler carrying 50% more loot than their entire team. Someone in the crowd tries to cope. Probably all unranked beasts, right? Quantity over quality. I dump the first bag at the counter. The worker starts sorting. Rage Black Bear. Shadow Moon Wolf. Stage 1 beasts. All of them. I can't find a single unranked beast in here. Second bag. Same thing. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. The counter area is now carpeted in beast ears. A mountain of proof. Hundreds of kills. Every single one is stage 1 or higher. Multiple mid-tier beasts. Several high-tier beasts. The crowd is speechless. Mouths hanging open like broken mailboxes. Wait. I asked that a black jade python scale. Someone spots it and SCREMS. Black jade giant python. The apex predator of stage 1 beasts. The thing that makes experienced hunting parties turn around and go home. The worker picks up the scale, examines it, and nods. Confirmed. Black jade giant python. The plaza erupts. Thunder Squad goes quiet. Dead quiet. They encountered one black jade python on their trip and nearly got wiped out. All 5 of them. Together. And this kid soloed it. They're looking at me like I'm an alien wearing a teenager costume. The worker suddenly remembers something. The black jade python has a special crystalline scale on its forehead. Did you happen to bring that back? I pull it out. His eyes light up like a slot machine. Yes. That's it. The base will buy that for 10,000 coins. 10,000 for one scale. A high-tier beast ear is only worth 5,000. This single piece of snake forehead is worth 2 of those. Deal. Great. Let me finish counting everything. He starts tallying. The crowd watches in stunned silence as the number keeps climbing. And climbing. And climbing. Thunder Squad's 230,000 coin haul is looking more and more like pocket change by the second. The worker finishes counting. Looks up at me with an expression that says, "What are you?" and announces the total. The worker reads out the final count, and I swear every jaw in the building hits the floor at the same time. Stage 1 low-tier beasts, 72. Murmurs. Stage 1 mid-tier beasts, 83. Gasps. Stage 1 high-tier beasts, 17. Someone chokes on their own saliva. Plus the black jade python scale, 10,000. Grand total, for 116,000 blue star coins. the plaza detonates. For 16,000? I couldn't do that in half a year. I'm stage 1 low tier. That would take me 2.5 years. And he's alone. One person. Thunder Squad is standing in the corner silently re-evaluating their life choices. 5 professional warriors. For bags. 230,000 coins. They were so proud 10 minutes ago. Then some blood-soaked teenager walks in with 6 bags and nearly doubles their number. Solo. The money hits my card. 416,000. I check my phone, confirm it, and turn to leave. Then crash. The second-floor window explodes outward. A man drops to the ground floor like an angry meteor. Nobody leaves. Lock down the base. Not even a fly gets out. Oh no. It's Ichi, base commander. Stage 3 warrior. Yifeng's uncle. My stomach tightens, but my face stays perfectly blank. What's going on, Director Yi? My nephew Yifeng has been killed. The crowd goes silent. Then, behind their poker faces, every single warrior in this building is doing mental backflips of joy. Yifeng robbed all of them. They've been fantasizing about this moment for days. But outwardly, shocked faces. Concerned murmurs. Oh, how terrible. Oscar season in the warrior base. Everyone gets searched. Nobody leaves until I clear them. Yifeng had a B-rank technique on him. Whoever killed him took it. The crowd goes stiff. Searched? For a B-rank manual? Good thing I burned that manual in the forest an hour ago. Thank you, paranoid past me. I owe you my life. Yi Chi scans the room with murder eyes. Then he spots the mountain of beast ears at the counter. My mountain. Who killed all of these? Every person in the building looks at me simultaneously. Thanks, everyone. Really subtle. Yi Chi turns his stage 3 warrior gaze on me. Sees my young face. Frowns. You're what, stage 1 low tier? You killed all of this. By yourself? Pause. I think you killed my nephew and stole their backpacks. And you had the audacity to come back and cash them in. Every warrior in the building shoots me a sympathetic glance. Poor kid's about to die, written all over their faces. Search him. A worker approaches me. I point my spear at his chest. He freezes. The whole room holds its breath. Did this teenager just refuse a stage 3 warrior? But before Yi Chi can explode, I say 5 words. I'm a Star City First High student. Yi Chi's foot stops mid-step. He looks at my face. Young. Looks at the beast ears. Mountains. Puts 2 and 2 together. A student who can solo hunt 172 stage 1 beasts, including a black jade python? That's not just talented. That's a future powerhouse. The kind of person whose school, and whose school's backers, would come asking very uncomfortable questions if anything happened to him. Searching random wilderness warriors? Who cares? Searching a school genius who might become a stage 5 warrior someday. That's making a very expensive enemy. I can see the gears turning. Anger versus self-preservation. Revenge versus career. His tone shifts. Softer now. Look, my nephew was killed. I have to search everyone. Just cooperate. I'll compensate you. 10,000 coins. I frown. Look unhappy. Like a teenager who's being inconvenienced. His eye twitches. 30,000. I pretend to think about it for exactly long enough to be annoying. Fine. They search me. Every pocket. Every bag. Nothing. Because the evidence is ASH in a forest 50 kilometers away. The worker shakes his head at Yi Chi. Clean. You can go. 30,000 coins deposited to my account. I just got paid to be cleared of a murder I absolutely committed. But I don't leave immediately. That would look suspicious. Instead, I casually stroll to the showers. Take a nice, long, relaxing bath. Change into clean clothes. Walk out looking fresh and unbothered. Yi Chi has been watching me the whole time. And my total lack of urgency or nervousness is what finally convinces him I'm innocent. Because what kind of murderer takes a shower before leaving the crime scene investigation? This kind of murderer. Keep searching. Nobody leaves until I find who did this. I hear him barking orders behind me as I walk through the exit. My face is blank. My heart is doing drum solos. That was close. If I hadn't burned that manual. If he'd found a B-rank technique on a teenager, I'd be dead right now. Yi Chi would have torn me apart on the spot and asked questions never. But he'll never figure it out. Because who in their right mind would burn a B-rank technique manual? Those things are worth more than most people earn in years. No sane person would destroy one. Unless that person had already mastered it to perfect level during a casual morning walk through the forest. I flag a taxi. Today's earnings. For 116,000 from beasts, 30,000 hush money from the man whose nephew I killed equals 446,000 blue star coins. Combined with before, over 650,000 total. But money isn't the priority right now. I'm a stage 1 warrior. That means I can finally learn guidance arts, techniques that let you absorb spiritual energy from the world to power up faster. No more grinding beast ears for stat points. Real cultivation begins. But first, I need to pass the official Warrior Association exam and register as a certified Stage 1 warrior. That comes with a monthly government stipend too. I lean back in the taxi seat and close my eyes. For days ago, I was a broke student. Now I'm a certified beast hunting, technique stealing, uncle fooling, shower-taking combat machine with $500,000 in the bank. Not bad for a school week. Time to check the damage from 4 days of beast genocide. I open my panel in the taxi. Chi in blood. 103 spirit. 23 constitution. Mortal body 6% martial Dao points. 534 points. My previous record was 67. I now have nearly 8 times that. 4 days of non-stop slaughter pays dividends. Wait, my constitution went from 3% to 6%? When did that happen? Must have been the stage 1 breakthrough. A whole major breakthrough. And it went up 3%. 3%. At this rate, reaching 100% without the system would take roughly forever. No wonder special constitutions are so rare. The universe basically said, you can evolve your body, but here's a progress bar that moves at glacier speed. Good luck. Good thing I have a system. Let me test some ratios first. 1 point into constitution. 6%, 6.1%. So it's 10 points per 1% progress. And I can feel myself get physically stronger. Not a lot, but it's real. Direct power boost. This goes to the top of my priority list. 1 point into spirit. 23.1 same ratio. 10:1, noted. Okay, decision time. 534 points to distribute. This is like the world's most important RPG character build screen, except the character is me and death is permanent. Constitution first. 300 points. Dump. 6.1%, 36.1%. The moment it hits, my body detonates. Every muscle in my body inflates like someone hooked me up to an air pump. My arms swell. My chest balloons. My clothes start screaming for mercy. Seam stretching. Fabric groaning. I go from handsome teenager to competitive bodybuilder who ate another competitive bodybuilder in about 2 seconds. The taxi driver looks over and nearly drives into a lamppost. BB big bro, what did I do? Whatever it was, I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. His hands are shaking on the wheel, but credit to the man. The car stays perfectly straight. Years of professional driving kicking in during a crisis. This man deserves a raise. I can't respond because I'm busy experiencing what it feels like to have infinite power suddenly crammed into a human body. It's intoxicating. My old self could get beaten by my current self 100 times over, and it still wouldn't be close. Slowly, the muscles deflate back to normal. Pretty boy mode restored. I look down. My shirt is stretched out about 4 sizes. If the fabric had been any cheaper, I'd be sitting here shirtless in a taxi, and this man would have driven straight into a building. Note to self, by stretchy clothes. You okay? I smile apologetically at the driver. If you're okay, then I'm okay, he squeaks, still gripping the wheel like it owes him money. Now, 200 points into chi and blood. 123. 20 points in one shot. No discomfort at all. The constitution upgrade must have made my body tough enough to handle massive jumps. Beautiful. Last 34 points go into spirit. 23.1, 26.5 instant clarity. The mental fog from 4 days of fighting just lifts. Like someone cleaned a dirty window in my brain. Final stats. Chi and blood. 123. Stage 1 mid-tier territory starts at 200. So I'm getting there. Spirit. 26.5 constitution. Mortal body 36.1% martial Dao points. 0 the taxi drops. Me at the Warrior Association building downtown. This is where I register as an official Stage 1 warrior, take the certification exam, and, most importantly, get access to guidance arts. Real cultivation techniques that let you absorb spiritual energy from the world. No more grinding beasts for every single stat point. Plus, certified warriors get a monthly government stipend. Free money for being strong. This world might have murder beasts and alien invasions, but the benefits package isn't bad. I walk in and ask the receptionist about the exam location. To the right, I head that way. Behind me, a voice I recognize. Teacher, I'm pretty talented, right? My injury's healed, and I broke through to stage 1. Not bad. Do well on the exam today. Don't embarrass me. I glance back. Li Ming. And his teacher Jiang Ming. The guys from Yang City. The arrogant quasi-warrior I demolished at the underground ring. Except he's not a quasi-warrior anymore. He broke through to stage 1. He's here to take the same exam as me. He looks at my back and squints. That guy seems familiar somehow. Yeah, the last time you saw me, I was wearing a bull head and punching your ribcage into a new shape. But sure, take your time figuring it out. He shrugs and gives up trying to remember. Then he notices I'm heading toward the stage 1 warrior exam too. His eyes go wide for half a second. A high schooler who's already stage 1? Huh. Jiang Ming tries to use this as a teaching moment. See? Don't get cocky just because you broke through. That kid looks younger than you, and he's already at the same level. Li Ming waves it off with zero humility. Please. I just started training late. If I'd started at his age, I'd be way ahead. Besides, martial arts is about combat power, not age. With my proficient level Thunder Fist, I could one-punch any student. Jiang Ming sighs. His disciple got humbled at the underground ring for about 48 hours, and then went right back to being insufferable the moment he leveled up. He wanted to use me as an example of, there's always someone better, but Li Ming's logic, annoyingly, isn't wrong on paper. A stage 1 warrior with proficient Thunder Fist is strong by normal standards. The problem is that, normal standards, stopped applying to me about 5 days ago. Li Ming's proficient Thunder Fist, 3 thunderclaps. My perfect Thunder Fist, 9. His B-rank technique, doesn't have 1. My B-rank technique. Perfect level void-piercing finger that I stole from the corpse of a guy who threatened my family. But sure, Li Ming. You could, one-punch any student. Walk into that exam room. I dare you. Warrior Association exam room. A bunch of middle-aged dudes who failed this test multiple times are nervously waiting. Then me, a teenager, walks in, and they all go, ooh, a genius. Li Ming and Jiang Ming walk in behind me. Li Ming sees me and scoffs. He's still salty about his teacher using me as a, see, someone younger is already at your level, example 5 minutes ago. The rules are simple. Pass the Qi and blood test, need 100. Then pass the combat power test, need 1000 average across 3 punches. The middle-aged warriors go first. Out of like 15 guys, only 3 pass. The rest can't even break 1000 combat power. You can see the life draining from their faces in real time. Then it's Li Ming's turn. He's been waiting for this moment. Time to show everyone, especially me, what a real genius looks like. Qi and blood, 105. Pass. He walks up to the combat power machine. Deep breath. Winds up. Boom, boom, boom. 3 thunderclaps. Proficient Thunder Fist. 1763. The middle-aged warriors lose their minds. Are you kidding me? That's almost mid-tier stage 1 level. He has to be using a C-rank technique. Li Ming is glowing, soaking it in like a sponge in a bathtub of praise. He hits 2 more times. 1721. 1690. Easy pass. He struts back, practically floating, and smirks at me. Your turn. I don't even look at him. Just open my eyes and walk to the testing station. He actually says, TCH, out loud. Like a manga character. This guy is a living anime cliché. Jiang Ming watches me go and thinks to himself, after this, I need to find a real genius to humble Li Ming. Maybe one of the Star City school talents. Oh, Jiang Ming. You're about to get your wish in about 30 seconds. I step up to the Qi and blood tester. Place my hand on it. The number appears. 123. Dead silence. Then chaos. Is the machine broken? 123? He's a high schooler. That's 18 points higher than the other guy. Li Ming's face cycles through every color in the rainbow. White, red, green, back to white. His brain is doing emergency calculations trying to find a way this doesn't make him look stupid. He was so proud of his 105. He looked at me and thought, I could one-punch this kid, and now this kid has 123. 18 points more. At years younger. It's fine. It's fine, he mutters to himself. Chi and blood doesn't matter. Combat power is what counts. Combat power is everything. He's staring at me so hard his eyes might fall out. The worker stutters through the announcement. Q Chi and blood test. Passed. Please proceed to combat power. Every person in the room is locked onto me. The middle-aged warriors. Li Ming. Jiang Ming. The staff. Even the receptionist in the lobby probably felt the shift in energy. I stand in front of the combat power machine. Now here's my dilemma. 3 punches, and I want to use the first one without any technique. Just raw physical power. I want to see what 36% mortal body constitution does to my base strength. I exhale, crouch slightly. My spine curves like a tiger about to pounce. And I throw one punch. Just one clean, simple, no technique punch. Boom. The combat power testing machine, a several-ton industrial device bolted to the floor, gets launched across the room. It flies dozens of meters, wobbles, and crashes onto its side. Everyone in the room turns to stone. Li Ming's mouth is open so wide a family of birds could nest in there. Jiang Ming's composure cracks for the first time. The middle-aged warriors look like they just watched a magic trick performed by God. The worker is standing there holding his clipboard with trembling hands. And me? I'm standing in front of an empty space where a testing machine used to be, fists still extended, thinking, oh no, not again. This is the second time I've punched a combat power machine across a room. At this point, it's becoming a habit. Someone should start bolting these things deeper into the ground. The machine flies across the room. Everyone turns into statues. Li Ming, who was so proud of his 1,763 5 minutes ago, is staring at the empty space where the machine used to be, trying to process the fact that his rival just yeeted it across the building. The worker rushes over to check the screen. He grabs the fallen machine, tilts it upright, looks at the number, and clang, drops it again. His hands are shaking too hard to hold it. He's staring at the screen like it contains the meaning of life. What? What the? Is this real? Move. Let us see. The middle-aged warriors shove forward. The screen glows. Combat power. 1,862 silence. Then pandemonium. That's higher than the other guy. I thought that young man was a genius. This kid is on another planet. Li Ming isn't even angry. He's past anger. He's entered a new emotional dimension where your entire identity collapses in on itself. He's trembling, staring at a number that just erased everything he believed about himself. Then someone says the thing that breaks everyone's brain. Wait, did he use a technique just now? Everyone freezes. Rewinds the mental footage. He didn't. That was just a regular punch. A regular punch? And no technique? He hit 1,862 with his bare fist. Hisses. The sound of an entire room collectively inhaling through their teeth. Li Ming used his best C-rank technique, proficient Thunder Fist, and hit 1,763. I used nothing and hit 1,862. My naked fist outscored his best move. Li Ming's legs give out. He literally falls on his butt. Eyes going dark. I could one-punch any student. Guy just got out-punched by a student who wasn't even trying. Jiang Ming is frozen solid. A cold sensation is crawling up his spine into his skull. He wanted a genius to humble his student. The universe delivered a monster instead. First test complete. Please begin the second. The worker's voice is barely above a whisper. Maximum respect mode activated. Every eye in the room locks onto me. If my raw punch was 1,862, what happens when I actually use a technique? I exhale, steady my breathing. Time to see what my real limit is. I raise one finger, point it at the target pad. Void piercing finger. Perfect level. B rank. Fire. The energy beam hits the pad, and the pad explodes. Just detonates. Fragments everywhere. The target pad that was built to absorb the punches of Stage 1 warriors literally could not handle what I just did to it. The screen flickers. Numbers climbing. Blowing past 2,000 without slowing down. Final number, combat power, 3,004 for reference. A Stage 1 high-tier warrior's standard is 3,000. I am a Stage 1 low-tier warrior. I just matched someone 3 sub-tiers above me. I'm done. My brain is broken. This isn't a genius. This is a freak of nature. What high school produces something like this? Jiang Ming's voice goes up 3 octaves. 3,004? A low-tier Stage 1 matching a high-tier? He must have a special constitution. He has to be one of those monstrous talents from the imperial capital. He spins around to check on Li Ming. Li Ming is sitting on the floor, face blank, eyes empty, soul departed. He looks like someone who just watched his entire life's achievements get crumpled up and thrown in a trash can. Jiang Ming slaps him across the face. Snap out of it. This guy was born with a special body. It's not fair to compare. Focus on the school tournament. Compare yourself to normal geniuses, not this. He wanted to grind down Li Ming's arrogance. He did not want to completely demolish Li Ming's will to live. This is what happens when you ask the universe for a humbling experience, and it sends an extinction-level event instead. Meanwhile, I'm staring at the shattered remains of the target pad, feeling genuinely embarrassed. Do I have to pay for that? Absolutely not. The worker says instantly. Should I wait for them to fix it? I still have one more test. No. No. You passed. You definitely passed. 3004. You're done. Please. We don't have another pad. Fix it so I can blow it up again? What's the point? Fair enough. Test complete. 1 punch, 1 finger beam, 0 intact equipment. Official status, certified stage 1 warrior. The 3 middle-aged guys who passed earlier are standing in the corner, hugging their certificates, quietly grateful that nobody is paying attention to them anymore. Upstairs in the Warrior Association building, a woman named Wu Linxian is having a terrible day. She's the Star City branch president, and her job is basically on the line. Star City's martial arts talent pool is, how do I put this nicely, garbage compared to other cities. Every other branch president is flexing in the group chat about their amazing geniuses, and she's sitting there with nothing to brag about. This year, I'm getting fired for sure. She sighs and sips her water. Then a worker bursts through her door, gasping for air. President, the warrior exam. A monster just showed up. She spits water across the room like a sprinkler. Monster? What kind? Tell me everything. The worker describes what happened. My raw punch. The machine flying across the room. The 1862 without technique. The 3004 with technique. The exploding target pad. Wu Linxian's face transforms from despair to pure euphoria in about 0.3 seconds. 800 with bare fists. 3004 with a technique. Screw everyone who wanted me gone. Ha 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 ha. She launches out of her office. Through the wall. Not the door. The wall. She leaves a person-shaped hole in the concrete, like a cartoon character. The worker stares at the human-shaped hole in the wall. Was that reaction really necessary? Downstairs, I'm casually following a worker toward the second floor to register my warrior ID. A few middle-aged guys who passed the exam are walking with me. The worker is being extremely nice to me and completely ignoring them. The middle-aged guys don't even complain. They get it. When you're next to a freak of nature, you become invisible. That's just physics. Then boom. A figure rockets down from the upper floors at Mach speed, lands right in front of us, and straightens up. Tall. Curvy. 30-ish. Radiating, I'm in charge and I got here as fast as physically possible. Energy. President? You came down personally? The worker nearly faints. He'd sent someone to notify her, expecting her to wait upstairs like a normal executive. She couldn't wait 30 seconds. Wu Linxian scans the group. Her eyes skip over every middle-aged warrior like they're furniture and lock onto me like a heat-seeking missile. Hello? I'm Wu Linxian, president of the Star City Warrior Association branch. Su Hong. We chat briefly. She takes over personally, leading me to registration while the middle-aged warriors wave goodbye to any remaining attention they might have received today. Must be nice being a genius. We're lucky we even passed the exam. They shake their heads and shuffle along behind us. Su-hong, you're still in high school, right? Which school? Star City First High. Her brain short-circuits. Star City First High has this kind of monster, and she didn't know? She specifically asked the principal, Li Qingshan, about their talent this year, and he told her, just 2 ordinary Stage 1 warriors, nothing special, that lying old man. He's been hiding you. I'm going to beat him up, she's mentally adding, assault a high school principal, to her to-do list. Registration takes under a minute. Benefits of having the president personally handle your paperwork. Bureaucracy speedrun. As a Stage 1 warrior, you receive a monthly stipend of 10,000 Blue Star coins, 10,000 a month. That's more than my uncle and aunt make combined. Just for existing. Just for being strong enough. When I get home, I'm telling uncle to quit that job. No more hauling cargo for a boss who won't even advance 1 month's pay. No more destroyed backs and 15-minute stair climbs. Uncle's retirement starts now. You also get free access to a cultivation method, a guidance art. This is what I've been waiting for. The whole reason I came today. Guidance arts let you absorb spiritual energy from the world to strengthen your body. Real cultivation. Not grinding. Not fighting. Just breathing in power. Wu Linxian starts explaining as we walk. Guidance arts aren't all the same. Spiritual energy has different elemental properties. Different arts absorb different elements. For example, I practice the Heavenly Flame guidance art. I absorb fire-type spiritual energy. It strengthens my body and adds fire properties to my attacks. She opens her palm. A ball of fire erupts from her hand. The air around it blackens and sizzles. I can smell things burning that I can't even see. Then she wraps the flame around her fist and throws a casual punch at the air. A flaming fist print shoots forward like a missile. Just before it hits the wall, she blows on it. One gentle puff, and the entire thing disintegrates. My eyes go wide. Fire-enhanced attacks? That's not just cultivation. That's a whole extra damage type. Like unlocking elemental magic on top of martial arts. Of course, using elemental properties externally like I just did takes a long time to develop. At stage 1, if you can even add a hint of elemental power to your attacks, that's already impressive. I nod, but inside I'm thinking, lady, you have no idea how fast I learn things. She stops in front of a door. Behind here is where you'll choose your guidance art. I take a deep breath. This is it. The moment that changes everything. Up until now, all my power came from fighting, grinding, and the system. But with a guidance art, I can cultivate like a real warrior. Absorb energy from the world itself. Stack cultivation on top of everything else. I follow her through the door. Wu Linxian, President Wu, starts giving me the rundown on guidance arts as we walk into a testing room. Spiritual energy comes in 7 types: metal, wood, water, fire, earth, lightning, and wind. If we're ranking by pure attack power, lightning is number 1. Then metal. Then fire. Lightning is the strongest? I want lightning. Give me lightning. Where do I sign up for? I can see what you're thinking, she smiles. Everyone wants lightning. I shut my mouth. But you can't just choose. It depends on your compatibility. Every warrior has different affinity levels with different elements. She pulls out 7 crystal balls, each a different color. You put your hand on one, and it lights up to show your compatibility percentage. She demonstrates with fire. Puts her hand on the red crystal. It blazes with light, filling about 4/5 of the sphere. My compatibility with fire is around 80%. That's considered extremely high. Most warriors only get 20 to 30%, 80%. And she became a stage 5 warrior and branch president by her 30s because of it. Higher compatibility means better absorption efficiency, which means faster cultivation. Your turn. She's staring at me with intense anticipation. In her mind, she's estimated I'll probably hit around 90%, maybe 91%. She thinks I might have a special constitution, so she's being generous with her prediction. I step up, reach for the fire crystal ball. My fingers touch it. The crystal ball doesn't just light up. It detonates with light. Fire fills the entire sphere instantly, every last millimeter. The glow is so intense it illuminates the entire room like someone turned on a sun. 100%. Wu Linxian's brain crashes. What the? She grabs my shoulders and starts shaking me. Do you know what this means? 100% compatibility. 100%. No? What does it mean? IT means you absorb fire energy with 0 waste. Maximum efficiency. Nothing leaks. She's trembling. Her face is red. She looks like she might actually pass out from excitement. Here's the context. At 80% compatibility, she became a stage 5 warrior and president of a city branch before 40. That's considered elite talent. 1 in a million stuff. 100% compatibility? That's the stuff they whisper about in the imperial capital, the 2 biggest cities in the entire country. Even there it's incredibly rare. And she just found one. In Star City. A mid-tier, nobody cares about it, bottom of the rankings city. I have a genius on par with the imperial capital. In my city. Mine, she's this close to pulling out her phone and screaming into the provincial president's group chat. All those people who've been flexing their city's geniuses and making fun of Star City? She could yinny them right now. No, wait. If they find out, They'll try to steal him. Stay calm. Stay calm. She physically grabs her own hand to stop herself from texting. Suhong, forget the other elements. 100% fire compatibility. Just take the Heavenly Flame Guidance art and go. This is a once-in-a-lifetime match. You'll become a powerhouse. It's basically guaranteed. Actually, I say, scratching my head, can I try the other crystals too? Just curious. Her face goes through approximately 17 emotions in 2 seconds. The dominant one is, are you insane? 100% compatibility. The highest possible number. The rarest result in the entire testing system. And this kid wants to browse. She's been called a genius her whole life. 80% compatibility. Top of her generation. But standing next to me, she's experiencing, for the first time ever, what it feels like to be on the other side of the talent gap. Fine. Try them. But I guarantee nothing else will be this high. Cool. Thanks. I reach for the lightning crystal ball. The one representing the #1 attack element. The one that every warrior in the world dreams about. My fingers touch it. Crack. Lightning explodes inside the crystal. Not gradually. Not partially. The entire sphere fills with crackling electricity in an instant. Thunder actually rumbles from inside the ball. The room flickers with electric light. 100%. Again, Wu Linxian's brain doesn't crash this time. It simply ceases to exist. I touch the fire crystal. 100%. Wu Linxian nearly has a stroke. I touch the lightning crystal. 100%. Wu Linxian stops breathing. Maybe I should try the others too. She looks at me like I just slapped her grandmother. I touch wind. 100%. Her left eye twitches. Metal. 100%. She starts making a sound that isn't quite a word. Wood. 100%. She's gripping the edge of the table. Water. 100%. Her face is completely blank now. Nobody's home. Earth. 100%. 7 elements. 7 crystal balls. 7 times the room lit up like a nightclub. All of them at maximum. 100% across the board. Full marks. Perfect score. Clean sweep. Wu Linxian looks like she watched someone divide by 0. Am I dreaming? I scratch my head. They're all maxed out. This is actually kind of a problem. She almost bites me. A problem? 700% total compatibility is a problem for you. Well, yeah. If I pick one, I'm giving up 6 others that are also perfect. Feels wasteful. Her teeth are grinding so loud I can hear them. This woman fought her way to branch president on 80% fire compatibility, and she thought that was incredible. She's standing next to someone who has all 7 at 100%, and he's complaining about having too many options. Any chance I could get all 7 guidance arts? Her eyes go so wide I can see the white all the way around. You want to practice all 7? Here's the thing. Technically, there's no rule against it, because whoever wrote the rules never imagined someone would need this option. It's like there's no law against driving a submarine on a highway. Nobody thought to ban it, because who would do that? Wu Linxian hesitates. There is a precedent. Someone tried practicing multiple elements before. It took them decades, and they were stuck at stage 1 the entire time. Sure, they were insanely powerful for their rank, but they could never break through. She gets serious. With your 100% compatibility in one element, you could become one of humanity's strongest warriors in 20 or 30 years. But if you split your focus across all 7, you might never get past stage 3 in your lifetime. Are you sure? I give her my most reassuring smile. I just want to try them all. If it's too slow, I'll focus on lightning. Promise. She exhales like she just talked someone off a ledge. Fine. I'll give you all 7. But please don't go down the rabbit hole. She hands over 7 guidance art manuals like she's handing a toddler 7 loaded weapons. Start with the Heavenly Flame Guidance art. I know it best, so I can help you. Once you get the feel for it, you can switch to lightning if you want. I sit down, open the fire manual, and start reading. Wu Linxian pulls out her phone and starts a timer. She's thinking, with 100% compatibility, he might reach beginner in 2 or 3 hours. If I'm being generous, that would already be insanely fast. When I had 80% compatibility, it took me 12 hours. So 2 to 3 hours would be. Hey Wujie, I think I got it. She looks up from her phone, looks at the timer. 34 seconds. Her soul leaves her body and files for independent residence. 34 seconds. I think so. I can feel fire-type spiritual energy flowing into my body and merging with my blood. Is that what beginner feels like? It's exactly what beginner feels like. She remembers the sensation perfectly from when she reached it after 12 hours of intense meditation. This kid did it in half a minute. Try. Try throwing a punch, she croaks. See if you can channel the fire energy into it. I stand up, concentrate, and throw a punch. A tiny flame flickers across my knuckles. Now, to be clear, Wu Linxian just explained to me that Stage 1 warriors can barely add a hint of elemental power to their attacks. Even a trace of fire on your fist at Stage 1 is considered exceptional. Most warriors take months or years to get there. I did it on my first try. 34 seconds after opening the manual, Wu Linxian's brain shuts down completely. She's standing there like an unplugged appliance. Eyes open. Nobody home. The branch president of the Star City Warrior Association has been broken by a high school student. Wu Jie? Does this count as beginner level? No response. She might need a reboot. My talent description said, greatest in all of history, past and future, none can surpass it. I'm starting to think that might actually be an understatement. Wu Jie? Does this count as beginner? She nods like a robot whose batteries are dying. Why yes. Beginner. Inside her head, I'm pretty sure a full-scale riot is happening. Huh. That was pretty easy. I thought it'd take at least a few minutes. Her eye does that twitching thing again. Hey Wu Jie, how long did it take you to reach beginner your first time? Like, 3 minutes? 4. The silence that follows is deafening. See, I'm asking, how many minutes? Because from my perspective, anything over a minute seems kinda slow for something this straightforward. I'm being polite by suggesting she might have taken 3 or 4 minutes. What I don't know is that it took her 12 hours. And she was celebrated as a once-in-a-generation genius for it. She's standing there doing mental math. If she tells the truth, 12 hours, this kid who did it in 34 seconds will look at her the way she looks at those middle-aged warriors who can't break 1,000 combat power. Her pride makes the decision for her. About 3 or 4 minutes, she mumbles. Oh cool. I nod and move on. She exhales like she just defused a bomb. Wu Jie? Quick question. Do you know anything about spirit masters? She whips around, eyes bulging with terror. Don't tell me you're also a spirit master. Her voice is genuinely panicked. 7 elements at 100%, probable special constitution, and now he might be a psychic too? At what point does one person's talent become a human rights violation against everyone else? No, I'm just curious. What are the conditions for awakening? She visibly deflates with relief. Thank God something is normal about this kid. She grabs a helmet-shaped device. Spirit power tester. I put it on while she explains. Nobody knows the exact awakening conditions. Some people with weak spirit power randomly awaken overnight. Some with strong spirit power never awaken at all. But based on historical data, awakened spirit masters always have at least 100 spirit points. My spirit is at 26.5. I need about 735 martial Dao points to get there. That's a lot of people to punch. Long road ahead. The tester confirms, 26.5 points. Perfectly average. Normal range, Wu Linxian announces, and I swear I see her shoulders physically drop with relief. She was terrified I'd pop up at 150 and shatter her sanity completely. The fact that one of my stats is ordinary might be the only thing keeping this woman from a psychological breakdown today. Then she remembers something. Suhong, your school's monthly exam is tomorrow, right? Yeah. You follow high school schedules. Her expression goes serious. Really serious. Go all out. Don't hold anything back. I was planning to anyway, but the intensity in her voice tells me there's more to this. She explains. The situation at the heavenly battlefield is getting worse. The alien races and humanity have been clashing more and more. Full-scale war could break out at any time. So the world's leaders decided, starting this year, before every high school graduation exam, each city will select its strongest young talents and send them to a special training camp. Every nation is pouring massive resources into growing the next generation as fast as possible. Star City uses the monthly exam results to pick who goes. So tomorrow's exam isn't just a school test. It's your ticket to the camp. I go quiet. I've always known there were enemies beyond the sky. Alien races watching, waiting. But it always felt distant, abstract, someone else's problem. Even after getting the system, my motivation was personal. Make money, help my family, get stronger for them. But if the aliens break through, if humanity loses, Uncle, who breaks his back every day so 3 kids can train martial arts. Aunt, who wanted to stop her medicine so we could eat. Xiao Hai and Xiao Ming, who were ready to drop out of school at 12 years old to help the family. All dead. Every single one of them. Along with everyone else. I rub my face. The comfortable distance I've been keeping from the big picture just collapsed. The alien threat isn't someday, it's now. The fact that they're emergency training teenagers should tell me everything about how bad things really are. Wu Jia, thanks for telling me. I'll be at that training camp. Count on it. She's been watching me this whole time, studying my reaction. She expected shock, denial, maybe fear. Instead, I went from surprised to resolved in about 5 seconds. She told me later that in that moment, something about me changed. Before, she saw a terrifyingly talented kid. After, she saw something harder. Like the last soft edge got filed down. Sometimes people grow up in years. Sometimes in months. Sometimes in a single conversation. She smiles and pumps her fist at me. Go get him. Tomorrow is the monthly exam. The Yang City disciples are coming to challenge Star City First High. Chen Shan and Li Tu think they're the school's best hope. The principal is still searching for his mystery 9 thunderclap genius. Chen Lin still thinks he's the hidden prodigy the principal noticed. And me? I'm walking in with 123 chi and blood, a 36% evolved constitution, perfect level everything, a B-rank void-piercing finger, 100%, compatible guidance arts, and a brand new reason to fight that's bigger than money. Tomorrow is going to be fun. Walking home from the Warrior Association. Golden hour. School's just let out. I pass by a school entrance and watch parents kneeling down with open arms, laughing as their kids run into hugs. I watch for a long time. Then I keep walking. I think about Uncle. Every night, coming home with a broken back, letting Aunt paste medicine on him while pretending everything's fine. That feeling of watching it happen and being powerless to change anything. This family has me. It won't fall apart. That was Uncle's line. He carried this family on a body that was falling apart at the seams. Now it's my turn. I can carry this family. I have the power. And I will never let anything take this away. But then my thoughts go bigger. Uncle held up our little family. But who's been holding up the human race this whole time? Against millions of alien species? On the heavenly battlefield? And what happens when those people can't hold it anymore? If the aliens break through, there's no registration fee to worry about. No rent. No medicine costs. Because everyone I love will be dead. I clench my fists. If someone ever makes me choose between my family and humanity, I choose option 3. Kill whoever's making me choose. Home. Train. Now, I walk faster. Home. Things are different here now. The money I left behind changed everything. And is smiling more. Uncle isn't working overtime anymore. He comes home on time and actually rests. Xiao Hai and Xiao Ming are training harder than ever. They saw the 210,000 on the table. They saw the pride in their parents' eyes. They want that feeling for themselves someday. I'm back. For faces light up instantly. Aunt rushes to the door. Finally. Look how skinny you are. Are they not feeding you at school? I'm literally more muscular than I've ever been in my life, but okay, Annie. Sure. Starving. BRLO. The little ones launch at me like heat-seeking missiles and hang off my arms like ornaments. After the chaos settles, I get serious. Uncle, quit your job. I can support this family now. He starts giving me the responsible adult speech. Xiao Hong, save your money. Martial arts is expensive. The exam is coming. Uncle, I'm a stage 1 warrior now. Monthly government stipend. 10,000 coins. Silence. For statues. Then I pull out a bank card and set it on the table. This has about 400,000 coins on it. For the family. Wu Linxian told me the training camp runs on contribution points, not money. Cash is useless there. So I'm keeping the 30,000 for my exam registration and giving everything else to my family. For 100,000, Xiao Hai's eyes could power a small city. Xiao Ming is vibrating at a frequency that might shatter glass. Uncle says, good, 3 times in a row, pressing down emotions so hard his voice cracks. Aunt is silently crying, lips pressed tight, tears streaming. And me? I'm smiling like an actual 18-year-old for once. Not the calculated smile I wear in battle. Not the fake confident grin I put on for the kids. Just happy. Really happy. We go out to a restaurant that night. The whole family. We eat until our stomachs are round and our faces are greasy, and we waddle home under the stars like a family of happy penguins. It's the most normal, beautiful, perfect evening of my entire reincarnated life. Back home, the kids beg me to teach them martial arts. I try void-piercing finger first, but they're too young for B-rank techniques. So I teach them Thunder Fist instead. 30 minutes later, both of them can throw a punch with one thunderclap. Beginner level. C-rank martial art. In middle school, I learned a C-rank technique. Xiao Ming is bouncing off the walls, eyes curved into happy little crescents. Those two punks at school are finished. I'm gonna be the school boss. Xiao Hai is standing with his hands on his hips, cackling like a supervillain. I bonk him on the head. No bullying. He nods very obediently. 5 minutes later, I catch him on Aunt's phone, calling someone to fight. Yo? Yeah, it's me. Tomorrow. Bring your crew. I'll bring him like crew. Actually, I don't need a crew. Come at me, bro. I shake my head. He's all bark. Plus, Xiao Ming can still beat him up if he gets out of line. The hierarchy is self-correcting. Night falls. I sit on my bed, cross-legged, and open my panel. Chi and blood. 123 spirit. 26.5 constitution. Mortal body, 36.1% guidance art. Heavenly flame guidance art. LV1, 5% martial Dao points. 0 weight. Wait. LV1, the guidance art has a level? Wu Linxian never mentioned levels. She didn't say anything about guidance arts being upgradable. If it was a normal feature, she definitely would have explained it. Which means, only MY system shows levels. Only I can upgrade them. My eyes are getting wider by the second. What happens at LV2? LV3? LV10? Does absorption efficiency increase? Does the fire get stronger? Does it evolve into something completely different? I need to find out. Right now, I pull out the other 6 guidance art manuals. I know Wu Linxian warned me. I know someone tried this before and got stuck at stage 1 for decades. But that person didn't have my system. They couldn't pump martial Dao points directly into progress bars. They didn't have unmatched through all eternity, making everything trivially easy to learn. If I can level up all 7 guidance arts. Same rank, absolutely unbeatable. Fighting people 2 whole tiers above me like it's nothing. That's not a dream. That's a build. I open the first manual and start cultivating. Tomorrow is the monthly exam. The Yang City crew is coming to challenge my school. The training camp selection is happening, and I'm sitting here in my cramped bedroom, surrounded by sleeping siblings, quietly becoming the most terrifying high school student on the planet. Just another Tuesday. A few minutes of meditation. That's all it takes. 7 guidance arts. All at beginner. LV1 across the board. I can feel 7 different types of spiritual energy swimming through my blood. Lightning, fire, water, earth, wind, metal, wood. Like a spiritual energy buffet inside my veins. But there's a problem. They hate each other. I try summoning lightning in one hand and fire in the other. The 2 energies collide, throw a tantrum, and both vanish. So that's why that guy was stuck at stage 1 for decades. 7 elements all fighting inside you like angry cats in a bag. No wonder progress was impossible. You can only use one at a time unless you figure out how to make them play nice. Challenge accepted. I spend the entire night trying to fuse lightning and fire. Fail. 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 Dawn breaks. Sweat dripping. Eyes burning. I open my palm. Lightning crackles. Fire blooms. They push against each other, shoving and biting like siblings forced to share a bedroom. Then, under my full concentration, they merge. Thunderflame. 2 elements. 1 force. Finally, even with my ridiculous talent, that took hours. For the first time since getting this system, something was actually hard. If it's this difficult for me, no wonder normal people can't do it at all. I need to test the power. But I've learned my lesson about outdoor training grounds and traumatized security guards. I go to a proper martial hall this time. One with a stage 3 power testing machine. Should be sturdy enough. First test. Pure lightning on my fist. No technique. Just raw power plus 1 element. Boom. 2,343. My raw fist was 1,862 yesterday. Adding lightning alone bumps it up by 500. That's mid-tier stage 1 territory from physical strength alone. Second test. Fused Thunderflame. I channel both elements onto my fist. The energy hums and crackles. I throw the punch. The stage 3 machine makes a noise that sounds distinctly unhappy. 3,041. 3,000. That's the standard combat power of a Stage 1 high-tier warrior. Someone with 300 chi and blood. I have 123. I'm punching nearly 3 tiers above my rank. With my bare fist. No weapon techniques. And that's only 2 elements fused. If I could merge all 7 someday. I don't even want to calculate that number. My brain might break trying. Back home, I spend 2 hours trying to fuse 3 elements. Total progress, 0. Way too hard at LV1. Need to level up the guidance arts first. Need more martial Dao points. And today just happens to be the monthly exam. A school full of martial artists waiting to be defeated. A walking buffet of martial Dao points wearing school uniforms. Perfect timing. After breakfast, I walk the kids to school. Xiao Hai and Xiao Meng learned Thunder Fist last night, and they will not shut up about it. They're punching the air every 3 steps, making thunder sounds with their mouths because they haven't figured out how to actually generate the thunderclap on command while walking yet. At Star City First High, I head straight to Teacher Lee's office. Suhong. Oh right, monthly exam today. He smiles warmly. Good news, the principal personally approved an extension on your registration fee. Oh right, that whole drama. Feels like it happened in another lifetime. I pull out 30,000 coins and put them on his desk. Got the money. Here you go. He blinks. Stares at the cash. Looks up at me. Gets all emotional. Suhong, your uncle and aunt have sacrificed so much for you. Work hard. You still have time before the college entrance exam. With effort, you can make it into a martial arts university, sweet man. If only he knew that university admissions are the least of my concerns right now. Back in class, Chun Lin pounces on me. Dude, you missed everything. While you were gone, the principal brought Chun Tian back to give the genius class private lessons. A bunch of them broke through to stage 1. And Chin Shan and Li Tu, their Thunder Fist reached proficient. 3 thunderclaps. Everyone's saying the monthly exam is basically their personal showcase. He sighs dramatically. Us normal class students are just background decoration. No point even competing. Right, Suhong? I open my mouth to respond. Everyone to the field. Monthly exam starts now. Teacher Lee walks in before I can say a word. Chun Lin, buddy. You sweet summer child. Chun Shan and Li Tu reached proficient Thunder Fist? 3 thunderclaps? That's adorable. I have 9 thunderclaps, a B-rank void-piercing finger, fused thunderflame elemental attacks, 123 chi and blood, and 3,000 combat power. But sure, there, independent showcase. Let's go watch that. The entire school pours onto the field for the monthly exam. Thousands of students. Black sea of heads everywhere. Principal Lee gets on stage and drops a bomb. This year's monthly exam is different. Due to tensions at the heavenly battlefield, the nation is launching training camps. Top 3 students from each city get in. Resources you can't imagine. Pills. Legendary techniques. And your instructors? Stage 7 grandmasters. The crowd goes feral. Training camp. Only 3 spots? That's basically just Li Tu and Chin Shan plus 1 lucky third wheel. A Stage 7 grandmaster as a teacher? Our principal is only Stage 3. That's like going from community college to Harvard. Every eyeball in the school swivels to Li Tu and Chin Shan, standing at the front of the genius class, looking calm and cool and completely unbothered. In their minds, spots 1 and 2 are already reserved. Engraved. Tattooed. The only question is which of them gets first place. I was slower with Thunder Fist last time, Chin Shan says, eyes burning. This time, I'm taking first. When I'm done with you, Li Tu replies flatly, I hope you can still talk that big. Chun Lin is practically drooling next to me. Dude, with those 2 monsters, even the genius class can only fight for 3rd place. Us normal class students? We're furniture. Background NPCs. We exist to fill seats. I glance at Li Tu and Chin Shan. Say nothing. Meanwhile, up on the platform, a conversation is happening that I'd pay good money to hear. Still haven't found the 9 thunderclap genius? Chin Tian asks the principal. Principal Lee looks like someone stole his dog. I searched everywhere. Checked every student who left the gym that day. They're all dropouts and quitters. I'm starting to think that genius wasn't even from our school. He sighs so deeply it could fill a weather balloon. With just Li Tu and Chin Shan, where do you think we'd rank in the training camp? Chin Tian thinks. Lower middle at best. Other schools have students at mid-tier stage 1. Some even high tier. The principal deflates further. Star City First High, supposedly the best school in the city, is going to get embarrassed at a national event. If only that 9 thunderclap genius was one of ours. He's been saying this for days. The irony is so thick you could spread it on toast. The genius he's been desperately searching for is standing in the normal class section, 20 meters away, listening to his best friend talk about how hopeless normal students are. Then, the cherry on top. Well, Old Lee, why the long face? Wife leave you? A mocking voice cuts through the air. Principal Lee's face sours instantly. It's Jiang Ming, the Yang City Spear teacher, Li Ming and Li Yan's master. Walking into Star City, first high like he OWNS the place, 2 disciples in tow. What are you doing in my school? Just visiting an old war buddy. Jiang Ming scans the students with obvious contempt. Gotta say, Old Lee, your student quality is kinda sad. Star City first high? More like Star City worst high. Principal Lee's blood pressure visibly spikes. Our students could beat your Yang City kids with their eyes closed. Jiang Ming's eyes light up. That's exactly what he wanted to hear. Really? How about this? After your little exam, let your top students spar with my 2 disciples. Friendly match? He introduces them. Li Yan, Stage 1 mid-tier, Thunder Fist at subtle, Raging Sea Spear at mastery. Li Ming, just broke through Stage 1, Thunder Fist at proficient, Raging Sea Spear at subtle. Either one of them would demolish Li Tu and Chen Shan. The principal realizes this instantly. He wants to refuse. His mouth is forming the word, no. Then Jiang Ming smiles and says, of course, if your students aren't good enough, I totally understand if you want to decline. That's IT. That's the line. You can insult a man's cooking. You can insult his car. But you do not walk into his school and tell him his students are weak to his face, and then offer him an exit ramp like it's a favor. Fine. After the exam, our top student will spar with yours. The principal is seething. He just agreed to a fight he knows he'll lose because his pride physically won't let him back down. Jiang Ming smirks and strolls away with his disciples, not even bothering to watch the exam. He already researched Star City First High's roster. He knows everything about Li Tu and Chen Shan. He knows his boys outclass them in every way. Li Ming is cracking his knuckles, reborn confidence blazing. After getting humiliated at the warrior exam by a certain someone's 3004 combat power, his teacher convinced him to stop comparing himself to freaks of nature and focus on beating normal geniuses. Star City First High's geniuses? Normal enough to crush. My martial spirit revival starts today, he mutters, scanning the students. He doesn't notice me in the crowd. Doesn't recognize the face attached to the bull head that broke his ribs. Doesn't know the freak of nature from the warrior exam. The bull-headed underground fighter and the quiet normal class student are all the same person. The principal stares at the genius class one last time. If only that 9 thunderclap genius was from my school. Sir. He is from your school. He's in class 6. He sits in the back row by the window. You literally extended his registration fee deadline last week. You eliminated him from your own search because he was too poor to be talented. The universe is begging you to turn around and look. But you won't. So I guess I'll just have to show you the hard way. Let's get this exam started.